Hey everyone, this is Anthony with Not Cool in High School podcast. Episode did not do that again.
61?
Is it 61?
Was it?
Oh God!
Wasn't it like
I don't know.
55?
What?
I think it's 55.
55?
55.
I get it.
Sammy
confused with the
Hagar
rest of
can't
guess
drive
56.
55.
I'm guessing 56.
them. There we go.
56? All right, let's see what we got here.
If it's 55, we're doing a Stevie.
Oh,
no,
man. Gotta keep
Van
track.
Hagar.
I think it's
reference.
61.
That's why I said, yeah, because I thought it was, I don't know. Who knows?
You think we should know what episode we're on for our show here?
What a great thing. Hey, listen to this podcast. We
It's
talk
hard
about
to
what
keep track
episode
of the
number it
numbers.
might be.
Actually, no, it's 55.
55.
55. I have 61.
Sammy Hagar.
I have 50. I have 61 on the next folder, so it's ready to
Oh,
go
okay.
for. Yeah, because I had to change. We filled our first 5 terabyte hard drive with these shows.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so we're on our
Wow.
second one now. Yeah. So episode 55. This
Hello,
is-
everyone, and welcome.
Yeah. On the phone we have Jason Zoe. He has an interview, a one-on-one interview with myself that's going to be dropping on Thursday, and we're going to be talking about the comic book Necroman. We're going to be talking about his art and everything in between: video games, movies, what he's
was gonna
into,
say,
what
not
he
just
likes. Yeah.
A comic book. His comic book.
His comic book, comic book he's a part of.
There you go.
Yes, he does. He is the artist and inker of this comic book. Do you want to give people a quick rundown of what this comic book is?
Yeah, it's a zombie superhero, just like that.
So it's for the easy premise. It's kind of like if Superman died, came back as a zombie, and still had the hunger for brains, but still had superpowers.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But he doesn't really know. He doesn't really know his superpowers. So like when he gets turned into a zombie, basically the human body deteriorates. So do his powers. So he's still trying to figure out flight and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Now, this comic book does have a Kickstarter. You can go on there. There's about 20 some days left to it. They're
Something like that.
they're pretty close to their goal of 800.
Okay, which not that much. That's,
Not that
very
much at all.
achievable.
And some of the perks that we do talk about on the podcast, and the links are on there. I believe $10 gets you like a t-shirt, like a hat, and 3 digital comic books and 2 physical. So
Oh, wow.
it doesn't take much to, and you do really get some cool items.
Yeah.
The most important part about this is not only is it a comic book, not only is it an awesome comic book, but it's made here in Pennsylvania. This is a homegrown local comic book that you can support. You always talk about supporting local business and supporting local arts. Here's one of them for you guys that we came across on the show, and you guys can go and support that right now, and go even before the interview comes out. You can go and get the Kickstarter stuff. Now, when you do the Kickstarter, do you get the 3 digital issues right away?
Usually we wait for Kickstarter to close and the money to hit, because the way it works is when Kickstarter ends, you have about a 2-week deal until the money hits your account. So
Yeah.
we made the mistake the first time of releasing the digital, and then people just backed out on their tiers. So it wasn't, it was a learning experience, but it wasn't, giving somebody something digital and having them screw you over is better than mailing them something and, having them screw you over.
Yeah.
Digital is
Yeah,
nothing.
100%. Yeah, don't be those people if you Kickstart. Now, listen, if something's happening and you have to back out because you need the money, then I understand. But don't be that person. If they give you this shit, you're like, bye.
Yeah.
$3.
Yeah.
If $3 is breaking your bank, you probably shouldn't be pledging on a Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's time to rethink life.
No offense, but if you're gonna pull a $3 pledge, like I think we lost three $3 pledges on the last Kickstarter, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Yeah.
if you would have asked me, I would have given you the digital copies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Hey, well, where are you based now? You're down by Lebanon somewhere, right? Because I know I seen you hooked on comics many times.
those guys, the other part of Paranoia Comics with Mark Scholl and Grogan, those guys are based in Lebanon. I'm more in the Harrisburg area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're like 45 minutes, 50 minutes northwest, or northeast, rather, up in, well, they're in Frackville and St. Clair. But,
He kind of sold me on the Harrisburg Comic Con.
I went to one time and I dressed like Harley Quinn.
Did you?
Yes, I did. A couple years ago when it was in the mall. I don't know if you were at that one. It was like, it wasn't, they ran out of money or something they didn't have for like 2 years. I think they were going to have this year and I was had to cancel.
Yeah.
So it was 3 years ago.
They had it last year, and it was at the same mall, but it was in that really big part of it. I guess it used to be
Boscov's.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it used to be the Boscov, so it was in the whole downstairs of it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think last year maybe it was real close to New York Comic Con, like maybe like 2 weeks out or 2 weeks after.
It
That's when you
was,
go,
it really was.
And that's a bad time to. And then there was that one in Philly too, Keystone, Greater Keystone, which is right around the same time too. I'm like, this is so much too close because the geeks only have so much money to spend. You got to spread it out.
I think for me personally, I much rather do. I don't want to call them smaller.
Well, I call it a small con. They're really fun.
Yeah, I'd much rather do those
because it is a small con. Those are the best.
Because we were talking about in the interview, I'm not interested in meeting celebrities. And if I go to those cons, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find things like Necroman comics, like local comics in your backyard that you can support and be a fan of.
Yeah, and you could talk.
You can find local artists.
Walk right up to the people and talk to them. Maybe there's 1 or 2 people in line. Even when they get like a bigger star, you're not waiting long at all, and you're not paying the prices. Like I've got stuff signed for free, and in New York it's like, hey, it's $20 a signature. It's like, whoa, what? Yeah, so little cons are fun.
Hopefully, it's still a thing, and we can still go to it. That'd be fun to go up as a podcast and go experience that.
Oh, all those guys are great. John Miser, Andrew Malius, Brian. I always mess it up because I call him all sorts of horrible names when it's just him and I, but it's Brian. So those three guys run the con, and they're great guys. I'm sure they'd love to have you guys as a podcast.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, we'll go up and maybe we can go up and interview at the con. I mean, we have equipment that we can do that. We can record on the fly.
We could probably get in and have a table.
Yeah,
especially like that Lehigh Valley Comic Con. Oh, have you ever done that one? Because they have like 4 a year.
Yeah.
Well, I've done a few cons. I don't know if I did the Lehigh Valley because I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes that shit just starts to blur together. When you're in the con season, it just seems like it's every weekend you're here, there, and every other place you've been. So I might have done Lehigh, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
Now, quick question about this comic: what genre would you categorize this comic as? Is this more of a mature comic? Is this a horror comic? Is this comedy? Is this just a superhero type? Like what are we looking at?
Man, think of it as campy. I try not to take myself too seriously because then you lock yourself into a box.
Yeah.
So basically, we try to have a little bit of humor with it. Essentially, it's a zombie superhero. So how serious can you really take it?
Yeah.
But we do you can usually a writer will turn something personal. So we can sprinkle it with some deeper issues,
Yeah. Is this going to
be... Like
be...
the ability of letting go of your past, and that's something that Necroman's going to struggle with because he just can't let go of his past.
Yeah.
And it's destroying his future, so that's part of the driving story.
Is this comic for the whole family, or is this mature content?
It's for the whole family. My son is 13, and I'll let him read it. We make a point not to drop a lot of F-bombs at all, because we don't need to do that. It's not that kind of book. Sometimes I think books will go more for the shock and awe and just drop F-bombs and stuff like that. Anybody can read it. We have all sorts of fans. Cool. We didn't want to, because your demographic is so big that when you start introducing F-bombs in movies, you start cutting down your demographic considerably.
Yeah, completely understandable. All right, well, I appreciate you calling in and giving us some time here. The interview will drop on Thursday. It will drop Thursday at midnight. So Wednesday night at midnight it'll hit, and you guys can check out.
I was going to say, how can you find it on Kickstarter?
All the links will be below.
Okay, I'll have them plug it here.
Yeah, but you can do that as well.
We have Necroman has a pretty good base, so I think we're close to 70% funded, and the first two were a lot easier because we weren't in the middle of a fucking pandemic. Yeah. So everybody was like, yeah, but now that we're in the middle of a pandemic, it's a little slower, but I have no doubts that we'll make goal. Even if we, even if it goes to the last leg of it, I'm sure we'll make goal. And
I get paid Friday, so you're going to get a couple bucks out of me.
And what issue are you at now?
Outstanding. We appreciate it, man. We really do. We appreciate every single fan. So if you guys, if you ever have the opportunity to come see us at any convention or appearance, I try to be that approachable guy. I don't charge people for autographs. 9 times out of 10, I have freebies to give to people just because I want to get the art out there. You know?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go for the T-shirt one because I'm a T-shirt guy, and then we do a thing on the podcast. We each like wear a different shirt, and then we take it like we have a banner, and then we take photos. If you check us out on Instagram, you'll see it. But we always try to and then tag people to the pages so they can like, what's that shirt from, and then go to the page.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely
And
give you
there's a
some love.
Necroman Facebook. You just type in Necroman, and you can find it there.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. It is on Kickstarter, and then you can also go check out Jason's art on his fan page, on his art page on Facebook as well. And then he's selling original art and prints.
Yeah, and he does commissions.
Yep.
I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
So
maybe he could do one of your wrestling comic book commissions.
Oh yeah.
And he
when
likes
we get an next shirt, but we play his shirts and we can't sell them right now anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so a lot of cool stuff. I told him, I said that you can, because he's a big fan of your Gambit gear. He said he could probably maybe put that on a T-shirt or something.
Oh yeah, man, I love all your wrestling stuff. Like I'm one of your like Facebook guys where I'm like, man, that's. I was like, I swear to God, that's Spawn. That's a Spawn outfit.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, holy shit, that's Gambit. And I haven't watched wrestling since I was a kid, but I was like, Andy's going to make me fucking want to go see him wrestle.
Cool.
Come on out, man.
That's what it's all about.
Definitely come on out.
He sucked him with that cool gear.
He's got Wolverine X-Men gear. He's got Spider-Gwen gear.
I had this purple green Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Did you have
then
Captain Marvel?
Oh, Captain Marvel. Yep. And then now the Gambit and Spawn.
Yeah, and I had the Airplane X-Men ones. So,
yeah. What was the purple and green ones? Or they were just regular gear?
This is my stuff. And I had the evil mushroom from Mario with like the death mushroom.
Oh yeah.
And then the Wonder Woman, it's like Wonder Woman Macho Man mixed there, but the lasso's on one leg, but it's purple and green.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff, man. So
thank you.
100% appreciate you calling in. We won't keep you super late tonight because we're gonna dive into our show here in a second. But wanted to give you a quick intro here so that everyone can go and check out that interview when it drops on Thursday or Wednesday. Wait, Wednesday.
I appreciate it, guys. And like I said, I was just coloring this evil bong piece, so I'm good. Like I got a little bit of time.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. Well, you have a great night, man.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. See you later.
See ya.
All right, take it easy.
And if you want, just go on Kickstarter and type in Necroman. I believe it's all one word.
Yep.
And it should come up.
And we will
Paranoid Comics might come up.
We'll
too.
have the links below as well, so you can click on the links.
Okay, there we go.
Anchor actually has it now. When people see the links, you can actually click on them and they work.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh,
Which is
wow.
fantastic.
Now, you like to use iTunes app, so yeah,
I believe it works for iTunes.
Yeah,
as well.
it does.
It
even
pulls
if you
up
look,
Hyperlink.
I think someone's Facebook, it will go right to it.
Yeah, which is great because it made me not give a shit about YouTube anymore because no one's really subscribed anyway. So I don't even put them on YouTube anymore. It's just
YouTube is kind of like when you get to a certain point, or when stuff becomes like behind a paywall, like Meltzer shows.
Yeah.
Then someone uploads to YouTube, and then everyone listens to him. So it's not Meltzer uploading; it's somebody else uploading. So I don't know.
Speaking of which, of the evil bong, that's like a weird like cheesy horror film.
he has a really cool commission.
cool.
Yeah,
I
he
wish
did real into that.
Steve
yeah.
has to check out. He did a really cool tick one.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, when a lot of times, as long as they know the character, sometimes even if they don't, they're like, "Yeah, I'll do it."
Yeah.
Let me see a picture. So
Cool. All right. Well, now just to kind of give Nikolai and Bree some love here, they're on the phone. If you guys want to say hi real quick.
Hello.
We're trying to work it in so we can get everybody in seamlessly. So I think it worked out pretty well being on the fly.
Yeah.
All righty.
Did you just say synergy?
Synergy. It's Showtime Synergy.
And if you guys want to check out our cool merch, you can head over to our Facebook page and hit the Shop Now button. It'll take you right over to Teespring, and you can get some cool, not cool in high school merchandise. If you want to make it a cool competition, when it comes to all the podcasts, Banging Beers is kicking every show's ass.
Well, hey, once you get that Bros in the Warpath merch out, there you go.
Yeah, I mean it's there. The only one who
Well, you only have what episode?
3.
3. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let's get rolling. You know, in football.
The only people who own Bros in the Warpatch merch is me and Nikolai.
Yes. The stickers arrived, and they look awesome.
My sticker has not come in, but my hoodie and my T-shirt has, and they're really nice.
The T-shirt is on its way. I did get a notification finally saying that it has been shipped, so I'm excited to see what that
we have to.
when it comes down.
I think I may cheat this week because we have to if we just a personal thing. If we hit this goal for merch sales this week, it'll be the 4th week in a row we hit the goal, and there's really it's only 6 sales.
Yeah.
So, and we did unlock all new merchandise, but the only problem is to go and put that merchandise on the website. You have to go through this crazy process.
Really?
Like you have to put hyperlinks in. It's like coding. It's out of, and then the way it normally works is you put your T-shirt on, click image, put it there, stretch it where you want it, pick your colors, and
Ready to
you're
go,
done.
yeah.
And the other merch isn't at that level yet. You can do it, if you're impatient, or you can just say you unlocked it. Give us a couple weeks, and it'll be on that.
Oh, they automatically.
So I'm just waiting,
like a coffee mug. Then put the logo on it. Yeah.
Well, the coffee mug's already there, but we have unlocked sports bras, swimsuits,
sports bras.
Hell yeah, you could put not cool in high school on your boobies, ladies.
Does pro wrestling tees have sports bras?
No, they don't.
That's funny.
You can put us on hats, 3 different styles of hats. We have pins. We're gonna have keychains. We're gonna have backpacks. Fanny packs, not tornado tag fanny packs, will kick ass.
Tornado Tag Podcast, the fanny pack.
Yeah, the fanny pack. It'll be amazing,
like Spaceballs.
We do have new logos for Not Cool in High School. We found Noah, our one of our friends, Noah. He made us a logo that looks very similar to Nintendo logo, but it's the abbreviated show, so it's NH.
I
whatever.
like that one.
Yeah, it looks really cool. He did a good job, and instead of the little R, it's the microphone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
wow,
cool. So cool stuff. Hopefully, we'll have some more merch, different ideas and logos coming out for all the shows. We're working on it, but
I'm gonna buy a sports bra and hang up.
Yeah, when it comes, you can definitely get a sports bra.
If you want an animated shirt of me saying "banging it out," request it. If you want something with Jason like animated saying "smells like cat piss," go for it.
Are you gonna pay the artist to animate them?
Ben's gonna draw himself.
Yeah, I'll draw my
stick figures.
No, I'm not that bad.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so yeah, I'm gonna kind of cheat this week, and I'm gonna buy a sticker for each show.
Oh,
yeah, the stickers are like $5 a sticker.
Yeah,
but I mean,
are they big?
I don't know.
Nikolai,
Nikolai, what are the dimensions of that sticker?
You don't know.
I never ordered one off the site.
You don't know.
I think it's like 5x6 is the Rose on the Warpath one.
Okay,
that's a big sticker.
So they're definitely a nice, decent size.
Oh shit. Well, is it like that Fright Rags one? Remember like a bigger one like that?
So it is a bigger one, but it's not quite as big as the Fright Rags one.
Okay.
I'd say.
Did you get the sticker or did you get the die cut sticker?
I got the die cut.
Okay. The sticker is actually, it comes on a background, and then the die cut,
it's
removed. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna order one because if I order one of each one of the die cut, then it takes us to our sales goal.
Boy.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool once you get all that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, actually, Not Cool in High School is the only podcast I don't have any merch for.
Oh.
So I have a hoodie and a t-shirt, 2 t-shirts. I have the regular logo coming in, and I have the.
But you have this. This counts as merch.
Yeah, I had
I
had one shirt that was the things that were Not Cool in High School shirt.
Oh,
and I gave it away to Noah.
Oh, okay.
It was the only thing I had of the show, and I don't even own it anymore. So I think the only one that has a Things Not Cool in High School shirt is myself, and well, not anymore, but Nikolai's the only other person.
I thought Steve did.
Yeah.
No, he has Not Cool in High School.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Because the things that weren't cool in high school was when we used to get them done by local guy.
The other guy, yeah.
And then I'd have to drive
okay.
to his house, get the thing, and then
yeah.
drive to the people who ordered it. And Teespring's like, we'll ship for you. And I'm like,
Yeah, there
that's
you
what
go,
we're
yeah.
doing. Yeah.
I believe I'm wearing this shirt's from Teespring. I believe. Oh, TeePublic. Sorry.
TeePublic. Yeah. All right, cool. Let's jump into this real fast. First bit of news is Tony Hawk is back. Now, I believe just from
he's skating again, ladies and gentlemen.
He is back. He's on the board. This year into next year are going to be the resurgence of skateboard video games. So be ready. Everyone wants. I have the beer burps already. Jeez, my acid reflux is so bad. Oh, that was like I fucking got hit with those electric charges. Oh, I'm gonna die. So when I die, the podcast can get really good.
Well, it does say eviscerate on there, so
yeah,
that's what we get.
So the Tony Hawk is back. Everybody wants Skate 4 or Skate 3 or whatever it's up to now. There's a game called Session coming out. There's supposed to be another
Skatebird.
Skatebird, and then even another skate game coming out as well. And now Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remake are announced for Xbox, PS4, and PC. So this game is going to come out September 4th, 2020. It is a complete remake of Tony Hawk 1 and 2, but I don't think they're separated.
It's not a remake. Go back up. It's not.
It's a remaster.
Yeah, it's
a remaster.
So a remake is when they take stuff and they switch around, quite like Resident Evil 3 and Final Fantasy.
So it says this game is a
just
remake compiling of the first 2 games beloved Tony Hawk franchise, including all levels, even the secret ones. And IGN spoke with the head of the company about what's returning in Tony Hawk.
Doesn't say remaster though up in the headline.
It does.
Yeah.
It
says remake. So
remake announced. Yeah.
So maybe. A remaster.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Well, no, it's different.
It is
totally
actually
different. A remaster is when you take the game, frame by frame. Like the levels are exactly the same. You just make it with nowadays graphics.
I believe that's kind of what they did.
A remake is when you take the game and you say, "Hey, I'm going to stretch this 5 hours of Final Fantasy into 30 hours and add all the shit."
Yeah, I
think
it's a little bit. It's a little bit of both.
Yeah, the way it sounds, they just took both games together, put them together, put all the courses together, and
what they did.
Graphics.
I'll read this to you here real quick. Oh, what's this? Oh. All right, so it says we started off with the original Neversoft original handling code, and we started as the foundation and layered what we needed to do to modernize the game. So they did take what was originally there and made it better, but then also to make it modernized, they probably had to go and add more to it. So if you wanted to see the board flip better and latch onto the feet better,
or they could have changed controls, which sometimes people want the normal controls. Sometimes it all depends.
Yeah, that's a huge thing then too.
Yeah, it will. Just to kind of give you guys some cool stuff here, it will have online and local multiplayer with Creative Park and Creative Scare that you can share with your friends.
Did they have multiplayer? Because I don't.
Tony Hawk 3 did,
yeah.
And then people found out a way that you can mass message people in the game, like bug them, so you could send and it would literally lock up your system and shut it off.
Oh God!
Yeah, so they got rid of the
online.
I
never remember playing multiplayer.
The original, most of the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 soundtracks are recording. There is a small handful of songs they couldn't get the licensing for, but it's pretty much the soundtrack, so you'll hear your favorites like Guerrilla Radio and Superman, which is pretty much the anthem of the video game.
I don't remember that at
here
all.
it is. Is this a remake or a remaster?
There we go. See?
It will certainly the look certainly does not largely. I'm just kind of reading here. We wanted to match it inch by inch in the geometry of the levels, so those lines feel exactly the same as they were before. So that is our starting point, but we did, but with all the assets, everything on top of the original handling code and all the original stuff, work on the developers.
It sounds like it's a little.
We went for photo real quality on top of the new look, and scanned material from skaters to come back and get scanned again, so characters do look good again.
Hey, why do you look 20 years older than when you were in this game the first time?
I hope they make him look older. Like I hope it's old Tony Hawk.
No, I want how I looked then.
Yeah,
that'd be funny.
I mean, do you want to play as Shawn Michaels now, or do you want to play as Shawn Michaels from 1996?
You're right.
Wow, Tony's just like,
I want both. Can I have both though? All right. I want the wonky eye.
I want the wonky.
So then, all right. So after, what do you guys thought on that? Are you guys skateboard fan games? I wish Steve was here tonight because I know Steve's wife sent me a picture.
Are you
one day.
skateboard game fans?
Yeah. Are you a fan of the skateboard video games?
Reversed.
Yeah. Are you a fan of the skateboarding games?
I kind of liked Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I think I started with 2. When it was like popular,
yeah.
And I really liked the soundtrack because like going through the school level,
Motorhead.
I'm just like, he was that. They were in it too. There was just one song that I would play, and like the way that I did it, like I did the whole path to try and get like the 100,000 point score, where I like ride off the wall and do like a, one of those like, I forget what they're called. When you
nose
flip
grind?
it up,
Yeah.
like not a nose grind, but
ollie?
like an ollie, and you're like keep moving, and you're still making points and all.
I think they call them a manual, and it could be it's like I forget, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would do. I just go through it like in one swift playthrough and try and get a large score.
Yeah,
love that.
I always thought that the Tony Hawk games were a little more fun because they were more arcadey. Like I didn't like the serious simulation one of skate.
They were unrealistic, but they were super fun. It's kind of like your
I want to jump in
NFL
there and
Blitz.
do 20 tricks.
Yeah,
it's like your NFL Blitz or like any
like
of those
both.
other ones.
I do like both. I think there's a place for both. Skate. I just remember being at Skate, and
It's very hard.
I was never a real life skateboarder, but I watching someone who was a skater, and they only really had 1 or 2 different venues to work off of or to skate because it's all your town had, and just being there and trying to land that trick, and you're there working on it for hours and hours and hours. That's kind of what skate replicated, because everything was done with a thumbstick, and it was not easy to do.
It was just like your feet.
So people were literally like on a rail in that game in free mode, just working on it and working at it and working at it, and just it was like kind of recreated that realism of like it's not easy just to land these tricks. Where Tony Hawk was kind of unrealistic, where you can like do triple flips
and you
stuff.
could grind for 15 minutes straight.
And
but that would be fun.
Yeah, I think there's a place for both.
And you had the moon gravity cheat where you were basically like doing like 40, 50, 60 tricks.
Yeah. What about you guys on the phone?
I hope it does well, because my personal favorite was American Wasteland. I don't know if you guys remember
3 or 4. Yeah.
I think that's after
so.
3 or 4. Yeah.
But like you ride around, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, and like at one point you have to like grind a T-Rex's head, and so you can take it as a piece of your own made park. I don't know. It was really cool. They you ride the Hollywood sign, if I remember correctly, and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just a lot of fun. So I really do hope those games do well, so that future ones can kind of be remastered and remade.
Yeah.
I'll get a brand new one, maybe.
Yeah,
I liked it. My favorite was in the third one, the airport level. That was a really fun level.
Bree?
I played one of them. I can't remember which one it was. It was a lot of fun, but I thought it was kind of hard with the controls and things, so I wasn't very good at it. So I would say it's a fun game, but it's not one that I would play over and over.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. I hope that it does really well because I think Tony Hawk's an amazing skateboarder, and I do think those types of games are fun for a lot of people, and I'd like to see it stick around and do well.
Yeah. How about the spin-offs where you could play as Dave Mirr's bikes?
The bike. Yeah, I'd never played any of them. So I went into this. I knew nothing about skating. So to me, Tony Hawk was no different than any of the other guys.
Yeah.
I was like, his stats are better, but I don't know anything. I just want to play a video game.
Yeah. It was really fun to not be a skateboard fan or even a skater, and you can still play those games and have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the music it fit the genre.
Yeah.
They were fun games.
It had a little bit
And
of
you
everything.
collect the
It was
video,
punk rock, it was everything.
Cassette, or not cassette, videotapes.
The music was always good. Yeah.
Videotapes, and you had to collect skate.
Yeah.
Or no, Tony Hawk.
You'd spell out
Hawk
skate
or something. I think it was Scott.
Oh.
Skate was skate. I forget. You had to collect layers.
SK and then the actual number 8.
Is that what it was?
Two had that good trailer park level. I think it was a trailer park.
I like the school one that he talked about. The school and the airport hangar. Are
Yeah,
the
when
My
you were
airport-
doing
that's
the
in
wall
3.
rides,
That's
you had to bust
fantastic.
all the school bells.
Yeah.
Then too, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was always hidden stuff in each level, like the school bells and stuff like that. Yeah. All right, cool. Here's some PlayStation news. I know we said for a while that PlayStation was in the dark and quiet, so we got a little bit for you. PlayStation State of Play is going to feature Ghost of Tsushima, and that's going to be May 14th at 1 p.m.
Ben, what kind of game is that? Like Onimushu or what? Is it Dark Souls? But
I honestly don't know. To tell
I
you
was
the
looking
truth.
at it and I couldn't figure out what type of game it was.
Ghost of Toshima.
No, it's Tsushima.
What?
Tsushima.
Soshima.
Su. So
It's
that's how you pronounce
Tsushima.
TSU.
Oh,
Okay.
TSU.
Yeah.
Sushima.
Like you're saying a tissue, but you have
I'm
a
learning
list.
Japanese a little bit. Sushi.
See?
It's developed by Sucker Punch Studios. It's going to release July 17th, 2020. Is a sprawling open-world samurai game set in feudal Japan.
It looks kind of good, but it might be one of the games that it's hard to be hard, and
Yeah.
I'm out. Tag me out.
It really doesn't say much about it, to be
I
honest.
don't think there is much. It's supposed to be like one of
Sounds
the big titles.
interesting.
They
Yeah.
should make an easy platformer, free roaming world.
Yeah,
game
if
like
it's Dark
that, you know
Souls,
what I mean?
I'm out.
Yeah, but you'll find out more about it May 14th at 1 p.m. It's for PlayStation State of Play.
Interesting.
PlayStation is also going to be uniting all of their first-party titles under PlayStation Studios. Interesting. So Naughty Dog is just going to let fold and go under PlayStation Studios?
I guess so, but PlayStation owns them
Maybe
anyway.
different.
So
I mean, no, Naughty Dog is owned by Naughty Dog, but it's...
yeah, but they don't make PlayStation games. So
Yeah, I think they only...
Yeah.
I think what they'll do is they'll actually say it's a PlayStation Studios game and
I like that because it's like Nintendo, you know. They
Like
know.
that, yeah, because it gives them a little bit of opportunity and all too.
Yeah.
Here's what
to
the problem with
showcase.
that, though, is, though. Sometimes when studios get bought up like that and they're stuck under a brand, that's when you have, lead developers I'm out of here.
Yeah,
It happened with Xbox.
Didn't EA buy a bunch of people?
EA
couple
bought a
years
bunch
ago?
of, and even Xbox, everyone, pretty much the guys who made Halo, when they got bought by Xbox and they were under Microsoft Studios, they dipped and made 343 no, they dipped in.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they
Oh,
made,
not 3.
who's the one
yeah,
that made Destiny?
They left and made Destiny.
Yeah,
there, we'll say that.
yeah. And they're like, we're out of here. We don't want to be locked down like that.
Yeah,
so.
because it's like creative control, and
Yeah.
they don't, I can't blame them. So just like wrestler, I don't like
that
this one
game,
being handled.
and even
so I'm
that
gonna
game
leave.
had a little bit of had a lot of promise to it then too. I mean,
It did. It kind of
okay.
kind of bombed a little.
Yeah, I agree with
Not
you
part
on that.
one. Part 2 struggled a little bit.
I thought part 1 didn't do very
Part
well.
1 was really
Part 1 had a
ooh.
lot of sketchy shit, but
I think it promised more than it delivered.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the fans who bought it were into it, but outside people were like, "Yo, that was a scumbag move." The DLC was on the game that they made you pay
I
for.
hate that. Street
Yeah.
Fighter did that too.
Oh,
They're
with the
still reeling
coders.
from
Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we're just gonna
The
make you
data
pay
mines.
for this disc, all this info that's already on the disc that you bought.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, it
and they
is.
always make like that joke with like the huge burger. It's like Bethesda, like on the first game,
Yeah.
it's like everything, and then like other games, it's like the DLC content. And you see like
Bungie.
the cutouts
It
and
went,
all.
they went from 343 to Bungie.
Oh, okay, yeah. 343, I think split. They made Halo 3.
Yeah. They made it's still
Or maybe
the Halo Studios is still
Bungie.
Microsoft Studios, but it's under 343
Oh,
Studios.
okay.
And then the
Bungie's
people who make
the people that left.
yeah,
Gotcha.
and then the people who make Gears of War is the Coalition.
Oh, okay.
They're under Microsoft Studios, but they still have their own studio.
Yeah. Which is it's confusing.
So if you were an Animal Crossing fan, like Bree is, because we can hear her selling off her turnips over there. Harvest Moon: One World is coming back to Nintendo Switch. No new information, no details, but I guess the lead director of the game said Harvest Moon is coming back to Switch.
That's awesome.
I guess it was a PC version.
I love Harvest Moon.
Like a PC.
Harvest Moon is one of the best games ever, by the way. Has anybody else ever played it besides me?
I have not.
Yeah, I've played some of the Harvest Moon games. That's just like more like your real like farmy like RPG like simple life game, and like they even made a game called like Harvest Moon. It's a Simple Life or something like that. Then too. Like
if it's super simple, I'm in. If it's simple like Animal Crossing,
it's simple like Animal Crossing, but there's way more to do.
So like look at it this way: like you have to plan your day out accordingly. Versus like Animal Crossing, like you can do you could do practically everything as long as it's within your limitations.
Yeah, like so. Here's the thing:
like you feed the chickens in the morning.
Yeah,
stuff like
So
that.
here's the thing: I really like, I like the idea of Stardew Valley, but the fact that every single day takes 18 minutes. And you have to rush to get everything, and then you have a stamina bar, and if you lose the stamina, your guy passes out, and it really, really makes it very difficult, and it has extra things to it that I really like. Where Animal Crossing, I can literally turn on, I can play for 20 minutes, or I can play for 2 hours.
Yeah.
If it was more farming and stuff like that, but still simplified, but it still does have some cool mechanics, I'm in.
Yeah. I think this one might be.
So you will have that in Harvest Moon. Like you do have to plant. But you can choose what you want to plant. You can have animals and be a farmer, and you have to feed them every day. You have to pet them every day to build your friendship meter up.
Yeah.
So that you can have like better crops, a better farm, better relationships with the animals. You do have a stamina bar, but you can cook in Harvest Moon. So like when you're running out of stamina, you just cook. You just go to town, buy your ingredients as you want, like as long as you learn the recipes, or you could go to like the restaurant and then you could buy like food and eat it. And then your stamina gets increased. It does go faster because you have to get everything done within a day, but it's not within 18 minutes. I would say 2 hours probably. Yeah. I'll actually turn on my Harvest Moon and play it because I have to have my kid yet, and then I'll like be done with. Because there is already a Harvest Moon for the Switch, but like I'm pretty much almost done. I just have to have my kid, and then like the kid will be like raised within so much time, and then like
get
I'll
married
be done the game.
Oh, there's the Harvest Moon on the Switch right now.
Yes, there is a Harvest Moon on the Switch. Let me get them. I'm gonna have to move my phone, so you might hear some of my mic moving. I apologize, but
might be old one that they brought.
One.
I don't know if it's a brand new one.
It's really cute though.
I'll check it out. Maybe I'll try the old one.
I think if you like Animal Crossing, you'd like Harvest Moon because Animal Crossing is basically made off.
Light of Hope Special Edition, Light of Hope, and you can get it really cheap right now too. It's not very expensive. I got it when it first came out, so it'll probably be like I don't know, $15 maybe.
All right.
You can get it used.
Well,
it's
there
really
you go.
cute.
For people who want to try this out before the new one comes out.
And if you really want to go simple, Tony, I know that you have the Xbox with all those games on it. Super Nintendo Harvest Moon. That's where it all began.
I wonder if the Harvest Moon's going to be on the if you have the Super Nintendo. I wonder if they put it on the list of games for the online service.
That'd be pretty neat.
Oh, that one on the Switch.
Yeah,
it might be.
That'd be nice.
I have to check that out.
Yeah. It's different.
I highly recommend Harvest Moon. Excuse me. I haven't tried Stardew Valley. I've actually heard really good things about it, but I do believe it's probably harder than Harvest Moon.
Yeah, it was a little difficult. It was a little like, oh my god, I gotta like. It was just to me sometimes when games add too much,
you feel you couldn't do it all.
Yeah, like if
you're overwhelmed.
Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I start playing Monster Hunter. I go to. I think I was playing with Nikolai.
Mm-hmm.
We go through this whole beginning
for like
level
an hour?
for like an hour. Then we finally get to the first city, and we go to the shopkeeper.
Yeah.
And it was like there was like 5,000 pages of items to buy, and I was like, I'm out. Yeah. And he goes, I'm like, I cannot invest time into this game. He goes, why? I'm like, if we're at the first city, and we're in this game an hour, and there's over
much,
300 things to purchase. This game is way too complicated for me, and I'm gonna. It's too overwhelming. Sometimes I like when thing is just super simple.
We gotta give a little bit of time. You
Yeah.
can't throw everything in. Here you go. Figure this all out.
Yeah, it was just too much.
Yeah, that
It's
one
nice
does.
when you can.
Go ahead, Nikolai.
Yeah, Harvest Moon isn't hard. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might try Stardew Valley in a little bit and just see. But I have heard that it's harder than Harvest Moon. And there's also a story to Harvest Moon too, and you'll like do the story mode first,
Yeah.
and then you'll be able to get farther with like getting married and having a kid, and then you'll choose who like your spouse is going to be, and then you have to kind of like you have to give them presents and build up your friendship level and get them to fall in love with you. But you need like certain pieces to get like married. And then you have to like kind of also like get materials so you can get your gown made by like the town seamstress and stuff like that.
I'll tell you what,
So
if you
there's
can, I know it is on
certain
sale right now in the store. Go get Graveyard Keeper. It's exactly like Stardew Valley, except a lot simpler. It's not a lot simpler, but it's simpler, and it has like a little bit of a dark humor to it. I like that one a lot.
Harvest Moon Light of Hope is on sale at Walmart for $20.
Oh wow,
And that's
Physical
a physical
edition.
For the Switch?
For how
Yeah.
much at Walmart?
$20.
$20 for a physical disc, a physical cartridge.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
not bad. That's
Yeah.
not bad. I know GameStop has it even cheaper if you want it used. I think I saw it for like $15 once, but it doesn't really matter. It's like $5. Get it wherever you want. It's a great game. And I'll look at Graveyard Keeper. Is
Yeah.
that for the Switch or is that?
Yeah, it's on Switch. It's on everything, but you can. I think it plays really well on the Switch. Steve actually sold me on that a game one time. But yeah, all right. So the next little bit of news here is Ubisoft is going to have a conference in July. So that's going to be the replacement conference for E3. Ubisoft has a lot of stuff coming out. Obviously, they have Grand Theft Auto. They have Watch Dogs, which is like Grand Theft Auto. They also have Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is a reason why I think maybe they didn't show too much the other day at the Xbox conference because they're kind of saving it for their own.
It makes sense.
So yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you're looking forward to some Ubisoft games, their conference is going to be in July. A little bit of news here from Rob Liefeld, the creator of Deadpool. He said, and I quote Andy,
Yes. Take this
that-
with a grain of salt.
that Deadpool 3 is unlikely
Yeah.
because of it's under Disney.
And I told you earlier that Rob Liefeld also said that last year DC was going to go out of business.
Yeah,
And another thing then too, he cannot draw feet.
I knew you were going to latch onto that.
Oh, you're damn right.
That was the thing.
I'm not kidding you. He cannot
When
draw
he came
feet.
out,
I
in, like,
believe you. I
when he
believe
came
you.
out in like 87 or 86 or whatever, that was the big thing.
You're gonna be blown
I mean,
away by
he can't
this.
draw feet. His guns are really weird looking,
And he can't draw Captain America's chest.
yeah. I mean, he's gotten better over the years, but he still has his style. And when you see his style, like, okay, that's Rob Liefeld art. But he does start a lot of shit and stuff. So
Yeah.
I
So take it with a grain of salt.
yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, yeah, he created Deadpool with Fabian Nicienza. I
Yeah.
can say that name 5 times. And
Okay,
I don't-
look at the feet on
Yeah.
that guy. They're like little baby booties.
now when he came out, he was like super hot. And he did New Mutants, which went into X Force, and he like, I think he has created on creating Cable too, and Deadpool.
There's another photo there, like a lying foot.
Look up the girl body and show him that. I believe that's from the Image Comics thing, or the Captain America one.
All right, while you're pulling that up, American Horror Story spin-off is coming. Not much details on
Here
it,
we go.
but they're going to be coming out with a spin-off.
on the left.
Look at how that.
I can add on to that
Sure.
if you don't mind. I did hear that every episode is going to tell a different story, like
Oh,
an hour
like Twilight Zone.
short story.
Okay.
So I did hear that.
I'm more of a fan of that style of show. So I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I had a really weird experience. This is a really good segue about having each show. So I've been what, like, how long ago was it? A couple weeks when I talked about this show, Haunted, on the show.
Yeah.
Maybe-
Yeah.
Yeah. So I put a tweet
too
out.
bad there.
Pretty much, I was doing reviews, and I put a tweet out saying, "Watching Haunted," and it reminds me of an adult version of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Okay.
And they are quotation marks real.
Yeah, it's
stories.
someone tells a story, and then they actually they
Film it.
They film. Yeah.
Yes. Some
They
of the
don't
stories,
film them. They make
it's like
a movie.
reenactments. Yes. The stories are fucking scary. Like if these happen, if any of the stories that happen in this show were to ever happen to me,
Yeah.
I would shit my pants. Like it would, some of them are fucking terrifying.
I mean, they might embellish a little for a show. Stuff,
Yes.
but-
Now that's why I said, are these true?
Yeah.
Now that's the biggest question on the internet, and the guy who, and I was looking up online the executive producer and the guy who's behind the show, and like they said, he said they're 100% true, and there's some things that actually happen with the show that you'll be hearing about possibly soon, like in the news, because obviously some stuff has been like there's a whole episode about two sisters who their dad was a serial killer.
Okay.
And they came out and pretty much said about it in the show.
Oh, wow.
So like they're like, well, if all these families and maybe these cold cases, like, you know what I mean? Like that's like this should have been talked about by now, you know?
Yeah.
But we'll find out. So I added the guy on Twitter, like, and then for some strange thing, like a couple days later, I get thank you for watching the show. So I'm like, would you be interested in coming on the podcast? And he's like, listening to the podcast now. And then we kind of talked for a little bit, and I didn't really push the issue to ask if he's willing to do it again.
Yeah.
But man, what I have so many questions and stuff. And he also does a show called Lore that's on Amazon Prime, which is very similar to Haunted, but it's more of like folklore or like urban legends.
Fairies and stuff like that.
No. Like the first episode is about where people get buried alive and. Oop.
Was that dog barking?
People get buried alive in caskets and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And like how the term "Saved by the Bell" came because they would like hook a bell up system.
Yeah,
inside
and ring it. Yeah.
So like lore like that, and then I guess like you would have like Bigfoot or Loch Ness monster like lore.
So, yeah,
the Mothman.
fairies. Yeah. That's what I was getting at. Like stuff like that. Like all different types of.
Or the Mothman.
Yeah, that's the cryptozoology and stuff.
I didn't
like
get super into every episode, but that's on Amazon Prime.
That's
and then
cool.
it has another one called Up and Vanished that he's an executive producer of as well. So like, he's really nice, man. He was willing to like DM chat me on Twitter.
Oh damn!
Super cool dude, man. If he ever come on the show, that would be fantastic. But
And what's his name?
Did
I put you in a bad spot there?
Yeah, I was talking about
his name is.
But while Tony's looking at that,
to be fair, I can't remember anyone's name. So
yeah,
he doesn't even remember my name some days.
Yeah,
Bobby Heaton.
Bobby Heaton, I would say. Yeah.
So there you go.
And I watched him my entire childhood.
Yeah, I don't know. I like all this stuff. Like I was saying last week with the podcast about ghosts and UFOs and monsters.
Brett Patrick Jenkins.
Okay, Brett Patrick Jenkins. The monsters are my favorites.
I was just about to look it up for you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it starts with a B.
Yeah. Super cool dude.
But yeah, no joke. I always remember in elementary school, like my one buddy and I would always pull like the cryptozoology stuff, and it was the Mothman. I was always fascinated by the Mothman.
There's so many. There's
a
cool thing you can, on Google. It's a map, and it has like the picture of the drawing of the thing in each state, like the monster of that state.
Well, there's
like the New Jersey Devil.
Supposedly, they believe Mothman travels.
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of different.
And he
ones,
goes
yeah.
where there's going to be.
Travel, yeah.
There's supposed to be. He goes where places are going to have natural disasters, and he warns people that it's going to happen.
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's supposed to be like an omen, and he's not supposed to be like evil. He's supposed to be helpful.
Yeah.
And tries to warn people about like bad things that are coming.
There's supposedly footage of him flying around the bay of Japan before the tsunami hit.
Oh wow!
You know what? And then that nuclear accident that happened.
Oh yeah, remember that?
Over
Yeah, a couple
here
years.
on the East Coast, he was there.
Yep.
You know, that wouldn't surprise me.
It'd be a fun episode if we do like different.
I would like to. There's a Frogman, a Chupacabra.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Bigfoot.
With how the Pentagon released footage of like UFOs and shit, and they're like, everybody's like, "What? We're in a pandemic. Why would you release that?" Like, what? Like,
that's interesting.
No one cared.
No one cared. Yeah.
They're like, by the way, aliens are real, and everyone's like, don't care.
Yeah. I might get sick. I can't be worried about UFO. If you think in the whole universe that's super large, that there's not life somewhere, come on.
There's a whole. Come on. I got sucked into this Netflix show. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like
this Debatical.
It's like Hangar 1 alien files.
Oh, okay.
And they go into all these different alien stories from like years and years and years, and they're like theories that there's like a story of this guy who was helping a government. He was a government contractor, and they were digging in the side of a mountain to build like a bunker, and then they were digging down, and they were hitting something. So they lowered him down in a cage, and when he dropped into the cage, he dropped into a giant, open, already dug out studio, like a big area. And he said he was approached by aliens.
Wow.
And he freaked the fuck out and pulled out his sidearm, and he killed like 6 of them.
Jesus.
And then more of them start rushing, and they were shooting at him. And he's like, they hit me with this laser on my hand, and it went through my hand, like through my fingers, and hit me in the chest. And then another Secret Service agent who was with me threw me in the cage and sent me up, and the guy died saving me.
Yeah.
And he came up to the top of the thing, and he was like telling the story, and his hand was literally like his fingers were missing, but they were completely like cauterized clothes,
yeah.
and like his whole chest was open, so he has the scars to prove that something happened.
Wow.
So his whole theory is they're already here, and they have these underground
bases.
bases.
Yeah.
Like, so I was like, is it true? Who knows?
Who
But
knows?
that's
It's
fucking
interesting.
It's fucking creepy.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
That is
And a lot of times, like,
creepy.
they don't have to. If they are real, they don't have to necessarily be evil.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I
everything's
like
evil.
I like
Yeah.
hearing about all that stuff. It's interesting. It's like hearing about superheroes.
You never know.
You never know is right.
Never know is right.
Could you imagine if aliens could give us all superpowers?
Yeah, I mean, go give an iPhone to someone in the 20s. They would lose their mind. What this does? Oh, what? They
is
they
this
wouldn't be able to
contraption?
comprehend it.
Well, that was a comic book, right?
What happened to that?
Well, that's
jalopy?
the Paper Girls when they get that they find
Yeah.
the iPod in the
Yeah, that
1988.
book. That Nikolai bought
Oh.
then too.
Yeah.
in suit.
I did buy it, but wasn't it in Avengers, one of them too, where Tony leaves something behind, and it's like that guy from the famous like sailor post or picture or whatever finds it, and he's like Steve Jobs or something.
Oh, I kind of
Yeah.
remember something like that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I mean, there's so many
Yeah.
stories over the years. I mean,
Yeah.
there's stories like that.
All right, so one more news story here, and then I'll go into my big story of the day. So the Office cast reunites on a John Krasinski. He has like a little web show he does at home
Yeah.
with the coronavirus, and a lot of it is just like trying to find positive, upbeat news that's happening in the world.
Just say you're Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. So this couple wanted to get married, and they did a proposal, and they reenacted Jim's proposal at the gas station.
Oh, okay.
So he said,
Super cute.
and then I guess they sent him a letter and said, "Can you come to the wedding?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "I will come to the wedding on one condition: is if we do it right now." And they're like, "What?" And he goes, "If you," and then he pretty much zoom, and then he told him he's ordained. He got ordained for it. Then he Skype called in both of their parents. Like both sets of their parents, and then their best friends who were their maid of honor, and then he brought in Jenna Fisher. And
she
then,
looked great.
Yeah, she looked great.
So good there.
Yeah,
She.
I'm still going Karen though.
Yeah, me too.
Nope. Pam.
Listen,
I'll go all day.
I love Pam to death. I love Jenna Fisher as a human. Pam and Jim's story is fantastic, and it's an amazing love story. But if it was me,
It is.
I would have 100% stuck with Karen.
Yep, she did nothing wrong.
Boring.
I think
Boring.
Rashida Jones is so attractive, so sexy.
Mm.
Oh, she is beautiful.
Yeah.
They both are.
That's
actually.
Quincy Jones's daughter, the one that actually like is featured in the Austin Powers movies. Oh, Quincy Jones, baby.
Yeah.
He's not even in the movie.
Yeah, he is.
Is
He's
he?
in a Gold Member, you goof.
Yeah.
I don't remember Goldmember at all. I hated Goldmember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated it.
But anyway, so then he marries them, and he goes, "Well, if you're going to completely rip off our show," and he plays Chris Brown's the wedding song, and he goes, "I'm going to
No
bring
idea.
it's the Speed of Light
Forever,
song,
it's
whatever."
called.
Oh, Forever, yeah, thank
Forever.
you.
Nope.
So then he patches in all of the cast members dancing.
That's awesome.
The only one that was kind of for me that I was like, "Wow, where are they?" No, Stanley.
Maybe he was busy.
Yes, he wasn't there.
Dwight's
Stanley.
apparently Dwight's wife was with him, but his
Yes.
wife looks like Isabel. Is Isabel his wife?
Yeah, and then Kevin was dancing with. Kevin lost a lot of weight.
I
Not a
thought-
lot, but
I thought it looked the
He
same.
did.
but he did lose weight. He did lose weight, and he was dancing with
He did.
with the
Chili, right?
no with the
tissue
chili.
boxes?
Oh no, he had
The
the
tissue boxes
Yeah,
tissue boxes on his feet because his shoes stunk and they got thrown away.
yeah. Andrew looked the same. Oscar looked the same.
Yeah, Andy looks like he lost a lot of weight. Oh,
Oh my god.
dog running. Andy looks like he lost like a sickly amount of weight.
I don't know. It was hard. He was like zoomed out.
He was really skinny. Same with what's his name from Parks and Rec that plays Leslie Knope's Ben.
Ben.
When he was on the camera, I was like, well, "Is he okay?"
I think he looked the same.
His face was so skinny.
I mean, he was
Sunken
skinny
in.
It
Parks
was like
and Rec.
sunken in. Yeah, it was really scary looking.
Why
that's
was
when-
he on there though?
He was like the host of it. Like he was the one who was like the very first. Like as soon as they did the
Because he was never on The Office.
who. No. When Parks
No,
and
say
Rec,
Parks
Parks
and
and Rec
Rec.
did the same thing over, but not to a couple. But they had like
okay.
they had like a
Okay.
Zoom conference
Okay, I
thing.
was confused.
But
Michael Scott looks good with his beard. That's because that new show he's on, Space
yeah,
Force.
Jim looks great with a beard too.
Yeah,
Force.
that's because he's Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, he's a fantastic. Here's the thing, man. Heidi watched it and immediately wept, cried.
We'll see.
It was so good.
I watched it, and there was a few moments where I was like, I got a little emotional,
Really?
but only because, like, man, did that show Strike, like that was such a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you just
I
fall.
didn't know it was for a wedding. I thought they did it just to do it.
Yeah, no,
I had no idea.
They did it for a super fan's wedding.
Oh,
and
I don't like that wedding stuff.
Just like it was just like that show just really like you latch onto those characters like their family.
At least we had 9 seasons.
Yes,
Yeah.
you
The
do.
last one was not good, and kind of the one before it was going a little off the rails.
See, for me, I love every season. Like, there's not for me.
do too.
It didn't dip. It didn't dip for me.
You liked Andy and Aaron breaking up?
Yes.
Ugh, I thought that was
that was
terrible.
sad.
Yeah, I thought.
I
thought
thought
that was
really sad.
awful.
I think
You
they
like
deserve-
Kevin
I think
getting
they deserve to
fired?
be together.
No, but it
See
makes
that
sense.
last season? No, it doesn't make any sense.
He was terrible at his job.
Yeah, they all are.
And-
Everyone is.
And Dwight,
that's true.
you knew it was
That's true.
coming. Dwight was going to start canning people.
Yeah, but that ruins it. It just ruins it. It's like in Parks and Rec when they start making the characters wanting to leave the town. Okay, but if they all leave the town, then why are we watching this fucking show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your points there.
Like
Yeah.
but I love every season.
it
yeah.
was that writer's strike,
It's sad though.
and then it was starting to go downhill. Like this is still good, but it's going downhill. It's going off
Yeah.
the rails.
But
Andy wouldn't have left on the boat and stayed on the boat. That was ridiculous.
well, he was filming a movie.
Yeah, but then he just wanted to drive on the boat and just drive.
Yeah.
Remember it made no sense.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know. I loved it.
Well, I don't have to waste my time watching that.
It was my favorite show of all time.
I'm only
I've watched it like 10 times.
watch
I'm
8
obsessed.
seasons of it.
Yeah, okay.
I have lost count of how many times I've watched The Office.
Yeah, I'm just
like
throwing a
on
number
all
out
the
there, but it's a
time.
lot. Yeah.
I mean, some people they say, well, it's not good when Michael Scott leaves.
I
But, like,
disagree.
I believe the show it does take a hit, and it's not as good, but it's still good.
I thought Will
Yeah.
Ferrell was funny
Yeah.
in his
Yeah.
short time.
Yeah, and
I
Robert
agree.
California's good.
Robert California. What's his name?
Joe, I don't
Yes,
like as
the
much.
Lizard King.
Who's the black
Oh,
dude?
Joe. Yes, he's good.
Idris Elba.
He was
Isaac
funny.
Eldra.
He was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, he is funny. I
Everyone
like
was
him.
kissing his ass.
Yeah, and then when
Yeah.
Dwight's the boss
Yeah.
and he shoots the gun
I am
off.
aware of the effect I have on women.
Yeah,
The only person who was boss that was tough for me was the British girl.
oh Ellie, but she wasn't the
I
boss
love
for long.
her.
Yeah, she annoyed me.
I love Nellie.
Yeah, I hated her.
I didn't like her at first, but then after I watched it like 5,000 more times, because that's how often I watched The Office, I really like her. She grew on me. I met her at Keystone Comic Con for the first time Keystone did their Comic Con.
Oh wow.
She was super sweet. She was really, really kind. So I met her. I met Angela. I met Stanley. I met Oscar, and then I met
Creed.
Kevin.
Oh.
All very, very nice. All very,
Cool.
very nice. But Nellie was a lot of fun. She like takes your phone and does like 5,000 selfies with you. It's on my Instagram.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
She's really
cool.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could check out my Instagram for my pictures with all of them.
Cool.
As I think you have me, but my Instagram's private, so you'd have to request me. But I can put them on the page if anybody cares to see them.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like really, really sweet. I really like Nellie. I thought she was a lot of fun in the show. I don't know. I thought she was funny.
She was on Doctor Who too.
Oh,
She
really?
was a companion. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
Doctor Who as well. Yeah.
here's our big thing, and then if you guys have anything, we'll add it on to the end here. We're making good time, so we're doing really well. So Xbox has its series inside edition Xbox the other week, and I was excited. I was like, man, this is gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be gameplay, brand new
Tony in
games.
his footy pajamas,
I was pumped.
having the big bowl of cereal and milk.
I live
there,
streamed it. I
and
live streamed
streaming
reacted.
it.
And wow, I was happy, but also disappointed.
Yeah, I didn't see 1 second of it.
Because it showed us games, showed us a lot of games, but nothing that. Here's the thing: it showed us games that I didn't expect to see, but there wasn't really like any games like, oh shit, here it is. Like we didn't get like, and I'm not saying we're going to, but like the new Elder Scrolls,
Yeah.
the new there was no like heavy hitter, here the fuck it is game
Yeah.
that was announced at this conference, and I think that's what maybe took a little bit of a sting away from some people, and they were really upset. But I'm going to be honest: there's a lot of games here that I didn't know I wanted, and now I'm excited for them to come out, which is good. The problem is they touted this to be a gameplay reveal of the Xbox Series One or Xbox Series X system.
The names are horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, the names are awful. Name it Xbox something.
Yeah.
So that way, it's too close. That Series
Xbox One, 2.
X.
I don't know.
And what was the one called that the re-released one Xbox One X? That's
Xbox
awful.
One X, yeah.
That is fucking awful.
I think
mean,
they're I think-
PlayStation's name is lame, but at least we know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I think they're trying to name them like Mercedes.
Yeah,
You know what would
but
be really
it's-
cool for them?
Like
Just,
Nintendo,
like-
always different. You know the Switch, you know the Wii, you know 64.
It was actually
GameCube.
The code name for it was awesome. Xbox Scorpio.
Yeah, Scorpio was
Yeah.
and great, and they had a great name before for the last
Scarlet
one too. Yeah,
this one
that's
was Scarlet.
awesome.
Yeah, I would have kept the code name.
Yeah.
I mean, even looking at the new Xbox system, I would say like I would go like from 2001: A Space Odyssey, like Monolith.
Yeah,
Just because
Well,
it's like this
Oh,
big
yeah.
single
It's
like
a big-
structure
yeah.
that's
The guy-
like all everything.
the
you
guy
know?
from
Ziggurat.
the guy from 343 Studios had a joke, and he was the first one to see, and he had superimposed in the background a fridge that looked like the new Xbox because everyone said it looked like a fridge.
Yeah,
so,
kinda.
so he played some fun with it. But yeah, so you're supposed to get this brand new gameplay. The problem is when you now with live streaming the way it is YouTube and a lot of places that are doing video. If you go to watch a video now, that you're not streaming it in 1080p because everyone's on the internet, and I guess it's being so overused that even YouTube is only streaming a 720.
Oh, okay.
So you're not really seeing what these games look like. Because
Okay. If they are 1080, you're seeing it in 720. yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So it was really tough to really get a good grasp of how good these games look. And then I'm going to go not in order of what they showed, but the first game on the list here, I'm just looking at my list, is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Everything they showed was gameplay, but it was in gameplay engine. So it wasn't as if you were holding controller and watching someone play the physical game. It was all like
it was a demo.
it was like a spectator mode where like if you can do cinematic cameras in GTA and watch the guy drive around the city,
Yeah.
that's what you watched.
Or I say like when but it's with a press start and you haven't pressed start yet, and the game's like auto playing in the
the
background.
most basic stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they didn't really dive into any game. They just showed like a trailer and then moved on. And then like maybe they went and did an interview with some of the developers and talked more in the game. But at that point you were kind of like, well, what the fuck, man? Like
Yeah.
they showed 11 games or 13 games, but you were like, I don't know anything more about that game because you didn't show, like, some games did show some gameplay. So not every single one didn't show gameplay. There are ones that did show gameplay, and I think they're the ones I'm more excited for. So the first one was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It was in-engine footage. Really did not do anything else, did not tell us anything else about the game.
I'm gonna get it and make a redhead girl. I'm gonna have fun with it.
Yeah.
And name her Sonia.
Yeah.
It looks absolutely fantastic. I'm excited. The next one is called Bright Memory. Has anyone else besides me seen any of these games?
I don't think
No.
I've seen any of these coming. A Bright Memory Infinite. I've never heard of this. I see a girl and she has a gun and a bow on her back or a backpack or something.
So this game, I'll play the trailer here
Watch it, don't.
for you guys.
Watch the music.
I already have it muted.
Okay.
So Bright Memory Infinite. When I first watched it, I was like, "This looks a lot like Deus Ex." It's a guy with a gun, but it also looks like Titanfall. I mean, it looks
It's a
exactly
first-person shooter.
Yeah, the way the guns look and
See,
the way the movement is.
I hate when they do that. They show you a trailer and you think it's not a first-person shooter, but then it is.
Oh, no, the whole time
Like,
they show it's.
Call of Duty always hides that, and like they don't show you game. Oh, that and there, you know, it's first-person.
It look. I mean, for what you're looking at in this trailer, it looks fantastic. But it looks like even the way the guns, it looks just like Titanfall, and how you're running up the side of the walls
Oh,
and
wow.
stuff looks just like Titanfall. Now, but then you have this mech arm where you can like grapple things and do crazy things with
by
your
our
arm.
commando.
Yeah, and then with like the whole time I was watching, I was like, this is either Titanfall, this is either Deus Ex,
Yeah.
or is this Crisis?
Did you ever
Remember
play?
Crisis?
You ever play Bulletstorm?
Yeah.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
he has the whip and stuff, and he can.
So this game is actually developed by one person. This one guy developed this game,
How long has he
which
been
is
working on it?
fucking crazy to even think about. It's a hybrid first-person action
He
compact
just did
game.
the thing like Bulletstorm, where you have the energy whip on your arm.
Yeah, and then
That's nifty.
towards the end of the trailer, you see him driving away in a DeLorean. But this game is all developed by one guy. It looks awesome. Like, it looks beautiful. I'm excited to see how
It does
this.
look pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of burned out in first-person shooters, especially
I would
360 had a
pick this
lot of
up.
first-person shooters, but it does look pretty good.
Yeah, it looks.
I would pick this up.
It looks good.
and
Yeah,
he
it's
needs-
definitely something I'm excited about. Now, the next one's called Call of Sea. This is a first-person adventure game set in the 1930s. Call of Sea is Call of the Sea has players step into the shoes of Nora, exploring a South Pacific island in search of her missing husband. So it kind of looks like BioShock a little bit, the art style, or
Okay.
Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
And then as
And
you're on the island,
Dishonored.
you're seeing giant like monster. It's kind of more cartoony than
Yeah.
Dishonored, but it looks interesting. Not much shown there.
Yeah.
Then there's a game called Chorus. or Chorus. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that
Chorus,
right.
yeah, you got it.
This
You're
is
right.
it is a space combat shooter with a difference of adding story with a usual mix of action, aerial acrobatics, and precision shooting. You play as Nara, a pilot using her sentient starfighter, forsaken on a journey to destroy the cult that created her. This game will arrive in 2021. Looking at this game, it looks like Star Fox. Like I mean, this is what I want from the way this game looks. This is what I want. It's what was that game that
Starlink?
Starlink.
Yeah,
This is
I
exactly what
forget.
Starlink should have been. The character looks cool. She looks like she has this weird connection with space. But
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, it's Star Fox, or for old school people, Afterburner.
yeah. It's a
wow,
gorgeous
yeah.
looking like rail.
I wonder if you get out and do any level. No, it looks like you just do levels shooting. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you get out and play.
I'm not sure. Most of the game just shows you in the ships fighting, and if it plays the way it looks and it can kind of scratch that Star Fox itch, I'm in.
Yeah, I don't like that short haircut on her, but that's okay.
Then we have Dirt 5. Looks like a racing game.
If you like rally games, then there you
Dirt
go.
was fucking hard.
Really
hard.
Never
yeah.
played it.
You're racing in like mud, snow, rain. It's really, really hard. But the interesting thing about this game is they did not spare any expense when it came to voice actors, because Troy Baker and Nolan North will be doing voices for the game. So
Is there a storyline?
a fantastic race. There better be. Like, if you're putting those voices in the game, they're not going to be like, do a barrel roll.
or is it just him, like when you go to garage, like tires, like when you select the things,
Hey, you need tires. Like, you
exhaust,
you take
engine.
Yeah, you pay Norland North. You better put a story in
They
it.
might.
Play their rat
I wonder what
racer.
this next game's about.
Yeah. So interesting that Troy Baker and Nolan North will be doing a racing game.
Yeah.
Madden 21 did not show much. They kind of showed like
They could have just showed last year's and said, it's last year's game with this year's names. There you go.
It's last year's game, but with better graphics. It's literally they showed the history of Madden up until like one cinematic play of the game of this year. Nothing
If you
crazy.
played last year's, you played this year's. And I'm not talking shit. That's all sports games just about. Even the wrestling games.
Yeah.
They ain't that different.
I just kind of hope they add more to like for what I like about the sports games is when they add more to the
Training?
like not a training, but like
Backst-
career mode. Like
Okay,
when you do
yes,
like a
yes.
dynasty, and sometimes like 2K does really well with it, where there's like actually a dialogue or a story while
Mm-hmm.
you're playing. That makes it interesting. So this game, next one is Scarlet Nexus, which
cool.
sounds
That's a cool
sounds
name.
like the Xbox system. Like coming
Yeah,
soon.
the Xbox Scarlet
Project
Nexus.
Scarlet Nexus. But this is an anime-infused game that you'll play as a psychokinetic.
Psychokinetic.
Can't pronounce that name, but you explore a futuristic city.
That's a good
Let me see the name there.
And you use technology and psychic abilities to use to wage war. So, going back to what we said before with Xbox, that's the character's name. Yuitos Sumeragi, and then I guess that's the name of the city. But this game looks really weird. Like the bosses are like plants and stuff.
Nuhumaka.
It looks like an anime.
Nuhumaka.
they
Yeah, but
look
it's not
neat.
anime art. It's like 3D art, but like based off anime. It looks pretty good. I like
that
this
looks
game.
neat.
Yeah, so I figured this would be right up all your guys' alley. Obviously, people on the phone cannot see what we're watching,
They
but
cannot be hurt. They cannot be stopped.
But I mean, remember how we said before how Xbox really dropped the ball when it came to Japanese style games, and that's where PlayStation really has taken over.
Yeah, especially Japan.
There's a handful
Yeah.
of Japanese style games in this system that are like, oh boy, okay, Xbox,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You're doing your thing, and I
So-
think this is one of them.
And you play as Yuito.
Is it an RPG, like, with a story?
It
I mean, I
kind
heard
of
you say plant bosses, but that's all I heard.
It's looking, and there's like monster stuff. It looks like it's like a
Bayonetta.
or an open world. Yeah, it's open world, like third person.
It looks like Devil May Cry.
But
Like it looks like
yeah,
it plays like that.
She's using magic and stuff, and she has a sword. It looks pretty good, and she's jumping. Yeah, it's got a little Devil May Cry, maybe a little more toned down, not as wild.
Yeah.
But
Would I play it? Would I play it, Andy?
you might
know
like
what I
it.
play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's no more wild than the Star Wars game. What's the last one called? The one with the one you're playing? Order of the Jedi. What's it
Yeah.
called?
Oh, you mean
Fallen
Sekiro?
Order?
You mean
Yeah, Fallen Order. Fallen
Fallen
Order.
Order.
Yeah, Fallen Order.
I mean, we don't really know how the game, but that's what it looks like. It looks like
it's a
like,
lot of Japanese monsters from Japanese lore.
Yeah.
Like I was reading that book called Wayward, and they look the same. So it looks pretty cool. It looks like she's going around fighting Japanese monsters.
It's like a Dynasty Warriors.
And some of the monsters are huge.
Yeah.
The Dynasty Warriors, like Shadow of the Colossus, and a little bit of Bayonetta with that then too.
I think
and maybe,
Bayonetta and Devil May
God
Cry.
Eater then too.
Yeah.
God Eater.
Now, is
one.
these only Xbox games?
Yeah, I never played Bayonetta, so I don't know.
Yeah.
You would like Bayonetta herself.
weird.
It is very hard though.
Yeah.
One is very hard.
Put it this way, it's like kind of a like a female version. It's like Devil May Cry,
Yeah,
but
with the
like
girl.
a female.
But her
reskin,
hair
but
makes
yeah.
her outfit, and her hair. She uses her hair as a weapon.
Yeah.
So imagine
Yeah.
if Elvira would fight with her, like Sindel. There you
Yeah.
go.
And you do certain.
It is
you
a
have
cool
like
game.
certain build-up points where like you can really mash the button and it has a larger like you do it for stylish points then
Yeah.
too.
So some of these games, they
Stylish
said later
points,
on IGN, the guy who does like the Xbox podcast said, no idea why they didn't bring this up, but some of these games are timed exclusives, some of these are exclusives, and some of these are games where they'll release on Xbox Game Pass, but they will also be on every other system. So they announced this as if it's all third-party games, but some of them in here may have exclusive rights to
No,
them.
they should say that. I mean, my
And they
God.
didn't, which is strange.
Yeah, that's
they were
weird.
really hitting
That is
home.
weird.
They were really hitting home on smart delivery enabled, which I'll get into in a moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So this game is it's called Scorn. The trailer is really gross and like
I saw
truly,
game footage. Of
it kind of
this,
looks
I think.
like Alien meets Death Stranding.
Is this a first-person one?
No idea. Nobody knows anything. Because it's just a cinematic trailer. But the best way I could describe this trailer, if you want to go
horror
watch
adventure. What does it say?
it's
a
a
first-person horror
first-person horror
adventure. So
adventure.
there, it's a
Yeah, this is
first-person game.
this is definitely on. Like you even do it on YouTube then too.
Yeah.
It's just like
What are the two games?
you're in
for?
like you're like in the netherworld, and you're basically like
It's a mix
going
between
all
Netherworld
around,
and an alien.
You ever
thing.
played
Yeah.
Condemned? Is that the ones on 360?
Kinda.
Not Condemned.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like a first person.
Yeah.
There's two of them. You
This
get
is-
powers at the end.
This is very related. Like a lot of people were comparing it to Condemned being the first horror style game, first person horror style game. It looks interesting. But what the trailer is very like I said, it's like a Death Stranding trailer where
Eerie.
you're like, what the fuck? It's
Yeah, what's
Norman
going
Reedus
on?
and a
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Like, can
A
you tell me
baby and a-
more?
yeah.
That's kind of how this trailer leaves you.
definitely look into
That one-
Scorn on YouTube.
that one doesn't
You'll see
strike
what
me.
it's all
Like
about.
Scarlet Nexus. Like I want to play Scarlet Nexus.
Yeah. This game is called Second Extinction. This is a new game from
Dinosaur.
Avalanche Self-Publishing Unit. Second Extinction is a co-op first-person shooter that sees you taking on mass hordes of mutant dinosaurs that have taken over the Earth. So this game looks like Turok meets Left 4 Dead meets Dino Crisis. So it's kind of like Left 4 Dead, where you and your 3 players do a co-op, and you have to get from one
you're
side.
fighting dinosaurs instead of zombies.
Yes, and it's just all dinosaurs.
I'm noticing a pattern.
And these
here.
dinosaurs explode. Yeah, like you shoot them and they go all
Oh
over the
my
place.
God.
I thought you meant explode. Like,
Crazy.
Yeah,
you
like
mean they blow
B-rated
up like
horror film.
yeah.
like B-rated horror film
yeah,
explosions.
they're very.
I thought you meant they explode like dynamite.
Yeah, they just break apart. Watch.
The only thing, and Xbox is kind of
Oh shit!
Xbox is kind of like they really
an
hang their
arcade
hat
game or
on
something.
first-person shooters, and sometimes
I think a lot of games do.
sometimes too much is too much.
Yeah. But this looks like a fun co-op game where you and your buddies can team up and
It don't look bad, yeah.
Yeah, and there is some bigger dinosaurs, but for the most part, the trailer looks like all like different styles of Velociraptor.
Yeah,
dinosaurs.
there you go. Left 4 Dead, but you're fighting dinosaurs.
I'm definitely not gonna lie. I kind of like the whole like blow apart aspect when it comes to shooters like that because it's about fucking time that a
You get-
shooter does that.
In Fallout
for
3
real.
and 4, you get the bloody mess perk.
Well, that's what I mean. But I'm just saying though that it's about time that they do that and it's like stock in game, no like extra
Yeah.
mode. You
So
know,
this game here, I'm really excited for. I think this is the one besides the one that maybe plays like Star Fox because it's like one. It's again maybe, you know what I mean. This game I think shows you a lot. It's called The Ascent. Now this is one where they said this might be Xbox exclusive. So we're not 100% sure, but it imagine Cyberpunk, right? So Cyberpunk meets Diablo. So you're put somewhere in the road to Ascent as a playable alone or in co-op. And this action RPG takes place in a futuristic dystopia where the ruling mega corporation has collapsed and left chaos in its wake. If you're interested in seeing more, you head over to IGN the 1st of May, and they'll have more exclusive footage. But this game looks like Diablo, like a top-down.
If it's a top-down dungeon crawler, I'm sold.
It's a top-down dungeon
Futuristic
crawler.
dungeon crawler.
That's exactly what it is. It looks awesome.
wow.
So
That's
this
awesome.
is all cinematic. This is cinematic here.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They do show gameplay of this, and it looks sick.
The
like
Ascent, it's called. And
Yeah.
who is developing it? Does it say there? Because obviously it's not.
I do have a question
Blizzard.
after you're done
Good.
here with this one. No,
Oh, there we go.
go.
Yeah, and it is. They had a side scrolling part there too. Yeah, it looks like
it looks gorgeous.
Diablo. Maybe XCOM.
Look at those maps.
But it's actiony.
Yeah, and like it looks like each character does its own thing with like mech suits and stuff. Like
Well, they probably have classes and stuff.
very customizable. Like this game has me sold. Like this it's kind of like Torchlight. Like I like Torchlight
Or
stuff like that.
X-Men Legends / Marvel.
Yep,
What
100%.
was that called?
Marvel Ultimate
Oh
Alliance.
yeah, I was seeing superheroes. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a really fun, futuristic cyberpunk Diablo game.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah, really excited.
I'd
for
like
this
to play
one.
that one.
So before you play this one, so I've been noticing, because I'm like a little bit closer to the computer screen, it says IBM and then also a Red Hat, which looks awfully similar to Nintendo characters and whatnot.
I think that's commercials.
Yeah, they're just commercials before they play. Yeah,
yeah.
that's not.
Okay.
They're,
But it's pretty interesting, though.
yeah. So this game,
pretty wild.
next one game is called The Medium. Blobber Team has released this. A bloober or blobber, not sure.
Here,
What
let
do
me
you work
read it.
for, Blobber?
It's a psychological horror.
Bloober.
But it's the
Still.
Medium sounds like another step towards a Polish studio playing in their.
Did you just say Polish studio?
It's made by a Polish studio. Yep.
Holy shit.
Okay.
There's Kobasi in the game.
Let me see here.
And
And then the guy Akira Yomakata of Silent Hill. Who
So
did this?
here's the easiest way to read Japanese names. They sound exactly how they're spelled.
Okay.
So if it's YU and then MA, that's Yuma.
So
Yuma.
it's Akira Yamaoka. No idea. Anyway,
Yep.
but he did.
That's how you do it.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're very phonetical.
Yeah.
Japanese names are exactly how they are spelled.
But Akira is the guy who did all the sound, ambiance, and noise for Silent Hill 2,
Okay.
which is considered one of the best, creepiest ambient noises for a video game. So he's actually joining this team. So you play as this psychic medium who is seeing all these visions of another dimension, another world, and she's trying to find out how she can save the planet or
That's
save the
interesting,
world.
yeah.
And it's like a third-person game, and it looks creepy as fuck. Yeah, it looks,
I'm into that.
yeah. So then the next game is Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines 2.
And this is not vampire with a Y.
No, this is the actual Vampire. So this I don't know if I've never played Bloodlines 1, so I have no idea when it comes to.
I know nothing about this game.
Yeah,
to be honest
trailer
with you.
looks really cool. Looks like a serial killer guy has a family murdered in their house on Christmas Day, and he has
Yeah.
them all strung up like puppets.
But here's a quick fact: Vampire the Masquerade is a tabletop RPG like D&D, but with vampires.
Oh, really? So I guess this is based off that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go check out that trailer. The next one, another Japanese. Brie, that is a little loud. Brie.
Yakuza.
We could hear that pretty good there. You're
yeah, I'm turning it off.
so the next little Japanese style game, Yakuza's back, and it's called Like a Dragon. Looks like a Yakuza game with its fun
That's
little.
a popular title.
I never
too,
got
so-
into them.
Apparently, they're a popular title. They came out with like 3 or 4 of them.
Japanese Grand Theft Auto, but not as big.
Yeah.
It's a little niche still,
it's
but
Japanese.
at the same time,
it's
though,
Japanese.
More
art-
story
following.
But
Yeah.
it has a lot of like melee elements. But your guy has like the anime. Your fist lights up like a
Yeah,
fireball
yeah.
and stuff. So it does have a little bit of the Japanese stuff that kind of is a turnoff for me. But if you're into that, this game looks fantastic. And that's it. That's the games. Now I just want to dive into real quick how we talked about the. Actually, I'll do this first. So this is a list of the Series X games rumored and confirmed. Now, some of these games will also be.
That's such an awful name.
What's that?
Series X.
Series X. So this some of these games too are not just confirmed to be Xbox games. These are third party, so a lot of these will be for PlayStation as well. But these are confirmed titles that will be coming: Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Battlefield 6, Bright Memory Infinite, Call of the Sea, Koros, Cyberpunk 2077, Dirt 5, Destiny 2. I guess they're going to port over. Gods and Monsters, Gears 5, Halo Infinite, Madden 21, Microman, Observer, Outriders, Rainbow Six Quarantine. I mean, if you're making a game with Quarantine in the title this
Man,
early,
put it out.
man,
yeah.
you're rolling the dice. Rainbow Six Siege will cross over, I guess. Scarlet Nexus, Senyo's Saga, Hellblade 2, Scorn, The Ascent, Lord of the Rings Golem, The Medium, Sims 5, The Second Extinction, Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodlines 2, Watch Dogs Legion, and Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Now, is this all at launch?
These are all going to be launch holiday games.
They got a lot of choice there.
Yeah.
A lot of choices.
Now, where I was kind of talking about before, where there's a thing that's going to be called smart delivery games, which that means is Xbox has worked out a deal with the list of games I'm about to read off, that these games will actually be releasing possibly before the system comes out, or they will release they will release the same day as the system, around the same time frame as the system. But say if you don't have the money to go buy the system brand new right away, say you have to wait till the summertime, or you wait till your income tax comes in, because the system comes out November, December, you wait till January, February for your income tax. What this is going to tell you is these games are smart delivery. So if you pay for these games, they will play on your Xbox Series X or your Xbox One or your Xbox One Slim. You do not have to pay for the game again. That Xbox will notice that you put it on a new system. It will put a patch in and say, okay, we're going to upgrade your system, or upgrade your game for free, so you don't have to pay for it a second time, and it'll look as it should on the new graphics.
What you're saying is if you buy it for the Xbox One right now,
it'll play on your new system.
And
it
you
won't,
get the
you won't
version
have
for
to
the
buy.
new one.
Yeah, you won't have to buy another version.
So it's like a carryover.
Yes. Where say
if the game is available for Xbox One.
Yeah, so say if, like, example in the past, if you went and bought Madden, let's say Madden, the brand new Madden, and it came out in August, and the new system dropped. Like, so say you bought it for the original Xbox, and then in 2005, Xbox 360 had Madden. You had to go buy Madden again because it was a different game and it had better graphics. They are eliminating that for you when it comes to, and Xbox is working really hard with these developers so you don't have to pay for the game twice. The games that are
now, does that work if you buy a physical version for Xbox One?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I guess what they're saying it'll buffer it and make it better. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Call of Sea, Koros, Cyberpunk 2077, Dirt 5, Gears 5, Halo Infinite, Madden 21, and Rainbow Six Siege, Scarlet Nexus, The Ascent, Second Extinction, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, and Yakuza Like a Dragon. Now, Rainbow Six Siege is already out, so I guess what I'm saying is that game's been out forever, but what they keep doing is adding expansions to it.
Okay.
So I guess what they're going to say is, cool, Rainbow Six comes out, Rainbow Six Siege, you already own it, the new system comes out, we will buff that game so it plays like a monster on the new system.
I wonder how it would work. Like, okay, let's say Ben goes out and he buys Assassin's Creed, and he's playing on his Xbox. Then I borrowed off Ben, I played on my Xbox. Do we both get it for the new one? Like, I wonder how that works.
I guess it won't put this game on your system, but when you put the CD in, it'll play it on the newer style. So it's like putting a PC in. So I guess when you're playing it, it's going to turn around and say, "Oh, you have more hardware to do this. Let's kick up all your graphics and put it in ultra mode." Oh, is pretty much what it's doing.
See, I don't think that's as good as if you would buy a game specifically made for Series X, though. If you're still putting the same disc,
all the games are kind of playing the same way. But it's kind of like what Xbox is seeing is, okay, you're playing it on this system. This system has better capabilities to make this game look better. So it's kind of like putting a patch on the game to say, okay, now we're going to upgrade. Okay. It's upgrading. I wonder, it's turning your sliders.
I wonder how much space that would take. And
no idea. Probably a lot. Probably a little more. Yeah, but pretty much what it's doing is.
I wonder how that would work. Like if because technically, if we both played the same game, like the same physical game, do we need to put the game in then to play it?
I think the best way to best analogy for this is to say if I'm playing a game on PlayStation, we're all playing Call of Duty. We'll do Call of Duty for example. I'm playing Call of Duty on Xbox. Ben's playing on PlayStation.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying
you're playing on
we
PC.
Have one physical copy of the game. You played it on your Xbox. Yeah. Then I borrowed it and played on mine. Then Ben borrowed it and played on his.
Depending on what system you are, it will upgrade it for you.
Yeah, but you have to have the disc to upgrade.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, you need to have the disc to upgrade it. Yes.
Nikolai.
Go ahead, Nikolai.
So I feel like what, at least in my mind, probably would be the best thing is, like, let's say all these games across the board are all 4K at their max. All the discs themselves will be at their max, but it'll be almost like there's a child lock on it if you're playing on a 1080 device, like as an older game system, just to make it a little bit more.
So here's the best way. Here's the best way to describe this. Like I was saying before, I'm playing Xbox. Ben's on PlayStation, and he's on PC. We're all playing Call of Duty. Call of Duty, for the most part, can run on any system. And what they're saying is these games that are coming out right away for the brand new systems, when it comes technical, like power wise, your PlayStation 4 and your Xbox Series X or your Xbox One X can still play these games that are going to come out for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. It's just that they're going to have the sliders are turned up on them.
Yeah.
The systems are strong enough to handle more on it. It's not like it's a console.
You're playing a dumbed down version. But here's the thing, though.
It's not. So this generation console is a huge leap when it comes to power and graphic.
Yeah.
But when it comes to what the game, like, it's not like you're putting a Super Nintendo to it. Like, it's not a jump like Super Nintendo to N64.
So here's my thing. Why buy the new system?
Mm-hmm. Why? Maybe you don't have to.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if you're saying to someone, here's all, like, not all the games, but here's most of the games, and you could just play on this system, and they're almost as good. You'd be like, I can save myself $500. I don't need that new system. You know, I mean, that's one argument.
Yeah. Now, I don't think PlayStation's doing this smart thing.
I didn't hear anything about it.
So PlayStation's pretty much saying, you buy the new system, you're gonna have to buy brand new games.
Which I'm okay with. It's cool that they're doing that, but like, if you're a video game person, you're probably in the know. And if the game is close to coming out in the new system, you can look it up and see if it's coming out in the new system.
Yeah.
And if you can't wait, that's your own fault.
Yeah. Or you can
like that happened.
Or
with
Xbox just being a good consumer and you buy it and they're like, you don't have to buy it again.
Yeah, but I mean,
honestly, I hope they do this with more things, because that's the one thing that like blows my mind about the NFL games. Why do people keep buying them?
Yeah.
If they're the same thing with updated roster.
Well, they do change features.
Yeah, but
well, I mean that's fine.
But to a non-sports guy, those features mean nothing to you. But if you play the game every year, like, oh shit,
is it that different?
No.
Sometimes.
Because I'm gonna say the wrestling
yes.
games are not that different. I love professional wrestling. But
what's that, Nikolai?
I said there's a point to this of why I bring this up. That you just almost upgrade the game every year, where you still have that original disc, where you'll pay, like, instead of $60 for a brand new disc, you'll get $20, and it'll upgrade with new rosters and all that other stuff that you say gets added. Since we get, like, for Call of Duty, for instance, we get blasted by 18 gig updates left and right, all that kind of stuff. So why not do it per a game like that, where you don't necessarily need to keep buying it?
I think that's what a lot of games, like your Rainbow Six, Rainbow Six game.
If it's still the same engine,
that game has been out now for probably 4 years.
Yeah.
They have not sold you Rainbow Six Part 2. They're like, they sell it like seasons.
Yeah.
And they're like, this season we're adding new operators, new maps, and why charge you for their game?
Yeah.
We may charge you $30 for the next season, but that next season is not going to come out kind of like Call of Duty is doing with season passes, but to a better extent. Like Call of Duty, says, hey, $15 you can do this season pass.
Right.
But Rainbow Six is like, we're giving you 6 new characters and a whole bunch of maps with that season pass. Like Rainbow Six is doing a little better than Call of Duty right now.
You get more for your money.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man, I'm with you. I wish sports games would do that, but
I think they could.
We're not. I think they could too, but I think we're just not at that level yet. Or not.
But then the only problem is the space. I mean, if you keep adding and adding, then it's gonna take up room in your hard drive.
Yeah. Now, listen, there are some Madden games where you turn around and they're like, holy shit, they changed like the engine where it went from
well, that's different because then it is a different game.
Yeah, and I think every year they always change the engine because they are getting better and better at making it play better and run smoother. Where like in the old Mads, you can kind of just run through a guy, or if a guy was laying on the ground, your guy kind of just ran over him.
Collision detection.
Now there's so much collision detection, and like when a guy tackles you high, another guy like your body. Like, it is really impressive what they do in sports games, but it does suck when they try a new engine, put the game out, and it's a stinker for the first 8 months it's out. That sucks. But anyway, kind of like going like say, so like these games will all be playable on their systems, but like if you're playing Call of Duty on your PC, you have your graphics and your all your stuff cranked up to ultra, and we're playing on just console, and we're like, oh man, and you're like, this game looks fantastic, and we're like, we don't see what you see.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I think this new console is going to be. Where we're at start,
trying to really replicate like a PC experience.
Yes, that's what these consoles.
I mean, it's cool, but like I said, if you have the Xbox One, and you have to buy the game when it comes out in November because you can't wait for December to buy it on the new system, that's your own fault.
Xbox had already said.
I don't pity anyone that.
A lot of people are pissed about this, but Xbox is trying to be upfront as possible. They're saying for the first probably year or two of this new system, you technically don't need the new system because all of the games will play
still come out.
Will play on
and then
both.
Eventually it shifts over, which is understandable.
But remember, like, when I say that though, I want people to realize that like it's like when PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 came out. When you bought the version on PS3, it was not the same version you played on PS.
Yeah.
Remember when they were completely polar opposite different
games?
games?
More so even like back in the day. Like PlayStation 2 and
because systems
get a lesser game.
So here's the thing: where a lot of people get pissed off with these new systems is when you buy a PS4 and then you had the PS2 and then the PS2 to the PS3 was a huge difference in gaming. Like it was like an evolution. And then PS3 to PS4 was a huge evolution. Xbox to 360, 360 to Xbox One, PS5. Our PS4 to PS5 and Xbox One to Xbox Series.
Big jump.
It's a huge jump when it comes to graphical and power, but it's to the point where these games will still play on your older systems. They're just dialed down versions of what the system can handle. So like this rate where like the game and the rain hits different objects and those objects can handle the rain better and lighting's going to look better and it's going to run at 50 frames per or 90 or 60 frames per second at a 4K image. Like that can be done on your older system, but it's not going to it'll maybe run 30 frames per second at a 1080p image.
I love video games. I play all my life.
Yeah.
I don't know the difference between 30. I don't fucking know.
You do when you play it.
No, I don't.
You can, trust
and
me.
especially when I don't have a fancy TV.
You never had a game chug on you where you're like...
Yeah, but that's bad. That's because of... I've had Super Nintendo games chug.
That's when your frame rate's dip.
That's because there's too much on screen. There's too much happening or something.
Yeah, that's what happens when your frame rate dips.
Yeah,
so
but
if your game's running smooth and it's benchmarked to stay at 60 frames per second, it's not going to chug.
If you're driving 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then you drive 75. It's not that different. Okay, if you're driving 30 miles an hour and then you drive 75, it's different.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like,
but also if you're doing 70 and your car slows down to 25,
yeah,
you're gonna notice
you notice that, but that's not that. I don't think the jump's that big.
Sometimes in games it does. Even on PS4 games and Xbox One games, it does do that. Where it'll go from 30 and
that's bad game design. That's not overall.
It could be processing. Your game's processors are just game.
A lot of times the screen gets there's too much
cluttered.
going on.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Which I understand the slowdown.
So these newer systems are pretty much saying that no matter what you throw at these new games, they will not dip under a certain frame rate.
We'll see.
Open 30 tabs with playing all the video and shit in the
remember that? It's like,
Dead
Rising is going to have 100 zombies. Well, I don't need 100 zombies on the screen.
It does play fun though when there's 100.
I don't like Dead Rising at all, but that was bad. But I was just saying.
Yeah. Dead Rising was the first game that I played for the
There's a point when the
human
eye,
shit.
like the graphics can only get so good.
Yeah.
Like when it becomes real life, it's like okay, the graphics gonna look better than real life.
Really, the only thing I would say.
And then it turns into Black Mirror, and you're fucking your buddy virtual reality. If you never watched that episode, go do it on Black Mirror.
No,
don't. No, and he's like, no, don't.
He's like, don't.
I don't like that at all.
No, I get where Andy's actually saying about. I get where Andy's saying about like how much better are they gonna get at it? Because like
if you look at a 64 game, you look at a game now, you're like, whoa, you know. I mean, that is like
put it this way: like you can make a game pretty, but it's still the same, bag of shit. You can only fit so much shit in a bag. You know what I mean?
I mean, the gun can only look so much like a gun.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Like.
I think the
only
biggest
thing you can really add on. I'm sorry for cutting you off. The only thing that you could really add on to a game is just like extra content or more levels. Or I would kind of go that route.
Not necessarily.
Lighting effects.
That's what this new system is really hitting. Is the big thing
Smoke,
for Xbox?
Water
is ray tracing.
Yeah,
where when the sun is in the sky. The way the sun hits your map, or the way the sun hits your game, and the shadows, and the way rain hits, and the way clouds go, like. In old games, or like if you're playing Spider-Man and you're trying to web screen and you're still waiting for the buildings in the back to upload.
Yeah, that's pop-up.
Oh yeah,
that's terrible.
That's where these new games are really going to like in GTA. It'll show you the map, but it's a trick. It's a gaming trick. Or or the biggest thing now with these games is loading times. Mm-hmm. So when you have a game and they have like get in the elevator, you know what those elevators are?
Load times.
They're loading screens. They're hidden loading screens.
Well, yeah, they try different ways, which is creative.
With these new systems,
ingenious.
What they're saying now with these new systems are, you don't have to trick your audience. Well,
yeah, but I've been hearing no load time since PlayStation 2.
Yeah, but
realistically,
every game
they loaded Spider-Man.
They
loaded Spider-Man in like 3 seconds.
I mean, that's great, but I mean, like, look, I'm playing Final Fantasy 7 with 1996 graphics and loving it.
Yeah.
So I mean.
And even sometimes when they take an older game and they put it on a newer system with the power, it's like holy shit! It plays a little different. Like it.
Well, yeah, it depends if they mess with it or not.
Yeah,
or if it's direct port. I also downloaded Doom because it was $5, and it's still fun. I mean, they smoothed out the graphics, but I mean, it's still Doom.
Yeah,
like awesome. All right, so let's see what we got here. Star Wars movie to take place 400. So the next new Star Wars movies are rumored to take place 400 years before the Skywalker saga.
So is that Old Republic? I think it was Old Republic, like
High Republic. They're calling it.
Okay.
Oh,
That might be pretty cool. So that's all new characters, and they can
So-
basically do whatever they want.
So as someone who
And
knows
Yoda's
nothing
supposed
about the
to be
Star
in it.
Wars,
Oh.
yeah. So knowing nothing about the Star Wars trilogy, our timeline, where would this fall in?
I have no idea.
Way before everything.
Way before any of the Star Wars movies. Like,
So in the Star Wars movies, did
ever
it pretty much
happened.
start with Darth Vader as a kid?
Yes.
Is that where like all like even before like
No, there was
Yeah.
Jedi way before that. Just Jedi from.
But I'm saying, have they ever
No.
dove into anything
Have
before
they ever
that?
Yeah,
gone-
well, yes, Knights of the Republic, but no movies have, but comic books and video games have.
Okay. So we'll go like the
Yeah,
next
so
Star
we're
Wars
gonna go
is,
into.
Sorry, we're all stepping on each other. Go ahead, Bree.
I'm sorry. So we're gonna go into like really old like Jedi. I think this is gonna be a time where there's like probably a little bit more peace and a little bit more order, but there's still gonna be Jedi and there's still gonna be Sith, and there's still gonna be like I think Sith in the shadows. This is more when like the Jedi were kind of like not in rule because the Jedi aren't about that, but there's peace throughout the galaxy. Jedi are very well respected. There's not many issues going on. I'm not too clear if there's a Rebel Alliance yet. I'm thinking no. I don't even think the Imperials are around. It's more just like the Jedi like being around, the Jedi Knights, and like really early in like the building of the Jedi and the, like learning about the Jedi and what they do, what it's about, things like that. But it's still after the discovery of the Force and the midichlorians in the buildup of the blood, which is why people are Jedis. And like the Sith are kind of in the shadows. Yeah.
Okay. And then the next bit of Star Wars news, we'll keep it rolling with you here, Bree, is the Mandalorian season 2 release date will not be delayed due to the COVID-19.
That's correct. They're going to still release it on time, no issues, and they already started season 3 as well. Season 3 is in the early production stages.
Didn't they rumor that? I mean, I didn't see any of the Mandalorian, but didn't they rumor that Boba Fett is going to be?
Yeah, I think they got the actual guy that played him.
Yeah.
And
Or not, but the guy that played Django was going to be.
But a lot of people are confused of how he's still alive.
Well, he was clones.
Oh yeah,
and stuff.
so I can explain that. You want to
Sure.
learn why Boba Fett's still alive?
Go for it.
Yeah.
So Boba Fett, I have the book too. If anybody cares to read it, I'll go dig it out for you. I can even post a picture of what the book looks like if anybody wants to buy it. It's in a short story collection of all the different bounty hunters that you see throughout the original series of Star Wars. So we're talking about episodes 4, 5, and 6. So I can post that. Do you want me to post it in the group or on the page, or
You can put it on
not
the page.
at all? You just let me know.
You can put it on the page.
On the page, okay.
And then let me know when
All
you
right,
post
I'll
it,
do
and I'll
that.
carry it over to the Instagram.
Okay, so this story is going to be in that book. So Boba Fett does fall into the Sarlacc pit, but he has the Mandalorian armor on, and he would have died. I don't want to spoil it for everybody in case you do want to read it, so I'll keep it kind of brief. He would have died, and it would have taken him many years to die because of his armor. But because of his armor, he isn't eaten alive. It would have taken him many years to be digested by the Sarlacc pit. So he does get out of the Sarlacc pit and he does live. And it's explained in the stories that I will post on the page. It's a short story.
Now,
I
is the
can send many short
Mandalorian
stories,
and Boba Fett are they enemies?
They're
Are
the
they
same
friends?
race of people.
Okay.
but-
Are they
Yeah,
human?
well, it's not
Are they
a-
human
so
with
it's not a
armor
race.
on?
They're humans with armor on. It's a creed, so it's a creed.
Oh,
They're
okay.
not really a race. They're basically usually they're people who are kind of abandoned or given up, and then they're kind of adopted into this group of people. So they're all humans usually. I haven't seen an alien that is a Mandalorian, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. We just probably didn't see it yet. But mostly they're humans, and they just
Interesting.
wear armor. And as you collect bounties and you add into the group of the Mandalorians, you will earn one piece of your armor, and then you build up your whole armor, and that shows your status in the group of the Mandalorians. And then they have different outposts of Mandalorians throughout the galaxy. This is just so in the Mandalorian in the show. That's just one outpost of Mandalorians, and that group knows each other.
If I
there's
don't
more.
know much about the Star Wars lore and I don't know much about the timelines, can I turn the Mandalorian season 1 on, know what's going on, and
yeah.
enjoy it?
I've never seen
Yes,
it, so
you
I can't.
can. Yes,
Okay.
you can, because it doesn't go into anything about the Skywalkers. It doesn't go into anything so basically, the Star Wars that we have now in the movies is all about the Skywalkers, but there's many, many other stories within the Star Wars like realm and things, but they're just the main characters that Star Wars is about, which they're great characters and we all love them. If you're a Star Wars fan, I especially love them, as you can clearly tell. I've gone about them for many, many hours. But there's many stories that can be told within the Star Wars universe, and the High Republic is just going to focus on other aspects, and we're going into the early history of the Star Wars. There's lots of Star Wars stories, lots of Star Wars eras, lots of like races and groups and like all kinds of things you could focus on.
I just want, the reason I asked that is because if someone who listens to the podcast who's like, I've never seen a Star Wars movie, they may see that The Mandalorian is popular, but see, it's Star Wars. I don't know nothing about it, so why am I going to start right here and there?
That's true. You probably could watch it, but maybe you wouldn't want to. I don't know. It all depends if you like sci-fi and stuff.
Yeah. That's why I always ask. Yeah. And I think it's good for a show to kind of do that. Even if it's part of a universe, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you could watch Rogue One and never seen any other Star Wars movie and then be like, oh, okay,
like
I get it.
You could watch Avengers without watching Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America.
100%. Yeah.
That's correct.
But if you watched them all, then it adds to it.
It'll add to your experience, but you can pick it up at that point. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah, this focuses solely on Mandalorians, which is a group of bounty hunters. And that's all it talks about. And that's just one group within the wide variety of Star Wars that has nothing to do with the Skywalkers. And we do have what everybody's calling Baby Yoda, but he's not really Yoda. He is not Yoda. They
He's just
exist
a part
together.
of that species.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an unknown species. I can tell you that most of them are male, and they do live many, many years, but there are women. It's just they haven't shown us a woman yet.
Isn't there a woman in the old one?
Yeah, I thought they showed a female Yoda. Like Yoda's wife.
Did they? I didn't see it.
I think there's an episode. No, not but the movie episode 1.
I haven't seen any of the Clone Wars. I'll be honest. I don't have
like
Disney+.
You know when they show that galactic thing and the ETs in it.
Yeah, I think there's 2 Yodas.
I think there's a girl Yoda in that.
Is there? Oh, I
believe so.
It looks real quick. It looks like the female gremlin.
Yeah,
it's got big.
And here's the thing.
Does she?
No, I don't. I made that up.
This new movie.
No, so she doesn't.
Meme. Come on.
So this new movie.
How would I find? How would I? Where is she at? Is she in Clone Wars?
No. Is that the first movie?
I've been wanting to see a girl Yoda for years.
What's the first one? Is that Clone Wars?
No, that's
episode 1.
No, wait. Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. Yeah, and
I had it.
Yeah,
had it.
Phantom Menace.
Dig it out.
Yeah, I think so. Now
I've watched Phantom Menace over and over, and I've never seen it.
The new movie takes place 400 years before Star Wars, but Knights of the Republic takes place 4,000 years before Star Wars.
Now I need to know where this girl Yoda is. I'm looking her up right now.
Yeah, Knights of the Republic.
I've never seen one.
4,000 years.
Wow.
And they had Jedi and stuff back then, and you're on Coruscant and everything.
See, now you just lost me there, because it's like I only kept it in the scope.
I know.
Like,
E.T. They show E.T.
Yeah, there's a E.T. race.
I would say, I think that's in episode 3.
Okay.
Where that meeting gets played.
With the female Yoda?
Yeah, because I remember E.T.
Looking her up right now.
Taken was in that one.
Nikolai might be right.
There she is.
Are you talking about this thing?
How did I miss her?
No, that's yeah.
Oh my God, how did I miss her?
She's ugly.
Her name is Yaddle.
Well, Yoda's not exactly Brad Pitt either.
Jesus.
How did I miss her? And I watched it so many times. I really like that one out of the prequels. How did I miss her?
I'm gonna put her in the group chat. She's rough looking.
Well.
She's not that bad.
Oh my God.
How did I miss her?
I'd bang Yoda before I bang her.
Wait, what was that?
You know, in Star Wars,
I'd bang Yoda before I bang her.
There's a race of all women that can have sexual pheromones to make you want to have sex with them. I forget. It's in the Star Wars role-playing game, the expanded universe.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my God,
I forget the name. It's something with an X or a Z.
I know what
and
it's
they're
not.
blue.
It's not female Yodas.
I think
they're blue.
Is that the one in Shadows of the Empire you're talking about, Andy?
I don't know if they're in that. I gotta look it up. I would
take
RPG
my
game.
chance of getting my wiener ripped off by a female gremlin. The female gremlin before that Yoda.
I don't know. They're about the same.
Well, you know what? Maybe the other female Yodas are prettier. How do you know?
I'm gonna say every Yoda race,
like her.
every member of it is ugly.
Ugh.
Hey, they can't all be good looking.
I think she's very distinguished. Yaddle is her name.
Yaddle.
Can't all be.
Yaddle is very distinguished.
It can't be all Twi'lek dancers.
I'm trying to find a section of the show I can use
crumb.
for the title of our show tonight, and I haven't nothing really jumped out at me.
Can you call it Yaddle? Sorry. I'm really excited.
All right. Well,
So
I'm gonna.
this is
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
this is the only one that they've ever shown us.
Yeah.
That's all.
We're gonna stay with
Figure
you
it
here,
out.
Bree. We're gonna keep the ball in your court. So, Falcon and Winter Soldier shows some new photos from set, and it shows off some major X-Men locations. What do you know about this one?
Okay, so that article, they talk about a popular bar that some of the X-Men go to, and it's referenced to in those TV shows. And Wolverine is known to hang out at that bar.
Yeah, it's a country called Madripoor, and it's
Yeah.
like this where all the crime is in this country, and they go to this country. So it's not really X-Men,
But it's a reference. It could be a
yeah,
reference.
yeah.
And then Batman Star says that the film will be darker than other DC movies. I don't know how you can get much darker, but I'm for it.
Well, he's probably talking about like Shazam and Aquaman.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Let's just. I'll give the Batman a shot, but man, I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
My hopes aren't.
I'm excited
Very-
for it. I think
very
it's going to
high.
be really good. Robert Pattinson is excellent. I know not everybody likes him because he was in Twilight, but I
That
like
doesn't even
Twilight,
bother
I don't
me.
care.
He just better hit the gym.
Yeah, because he doesn't look like a physically imposing Batman.
There's I read an article that he said that he went to do a GQ magazine photo shoot, and they're like, "Hey, Robert Pattinson, why don't you pop that shirt off?" And he took his shirt off, and they're like, "Why don't you put that back on?"
Oh boy!
No, they didn't.
I swear to
I'm
God.
sure that did not happen.
Yeah, 100%. I read an article on IGN about
boy.
it because everyone's like,
Oh
"Dude."
my God, that's awful.
Yeah, he openly said about it. He goes, "Dude, I went to do a GQ magazine, and they tried to make me look sexier, and they told me to take my shirt off, and they're like, yeah, you can go ahead and throw that back on."
I would have picked him. I think he would have
That
been
is so mean.
better for Robin, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Not the young Damian Wayne, but
we'll see how it goes.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know. I'm not setting the bar real high, but who knows? Maybe it'll be great. Who knows?
Yeah.
He's a good actor, though. That part I can say. Like, acting-wise, he's very good. He's very versatile.
All right, and then
Yeah.
the last bit of news here that Bree posted that we'll talk about is the CW acquires the broadcast rights for Swamp Thing. Tell me a story and more. All right, here's my problem.
All
with
one
this.
season.
Here's my problem with this. Listen, if CW gets it and it gets popular and they can revitalize it and bring
Yeah.
it back,
Yeah, there you go.
awesome. Because Swamp Thing was fucking amazing.
No, I didn't see it.
Really good show. Here's my only goddamn problem with this fucking this issue is right now Netflix is getting the rights to the Harley Quinn cartoon. Or whatever the Harley Quinn cartoon is going somewhere else besides the DT.
Oh, besides the DC
Yeah.
app. Great.
So now Swamp Thing is going to CW.
Why have the DC app?
Why do I need the fucking DC app?
Well, nobody has it. That's the reason why everything's leaving. I think they found out that hey, this wasn't a hit.
Listen,
what
it's
do
a
we
great
do?
idea. If you're like, hey, you don't want to go buy comics and you want to read them digitally, the DC app will let you get all these comics.
Yeah.
The DC app will put shows on here. The DC app can let you go back and watch the Batman animated series and Justice League and,
Yeah.
and Swamp Thing and these
And
build
Super
off that.
Friends.
Stop giving your shit away.
I think because they don't have as many subscribers as they want, and I don't
You
think.
make more money.
Yeah, I don't think that the DC app is long for this world.
Yeah. And then everything's going HBO
I
Go.
don't like that.
Even shows that are not HBO shows
Yeah,
are going
Rick
to
and
be on there.
Morty, South Park.
They did the same.
I don't
thing.
think Rick and
I don't
Morty
wanna
is
have to
going to be
buy
exclusive
HBO
to
again.
HBO Go.
Really?
So I think Rick and Morty is still going to be on every other platform, but HBO Go, like kind of like there's
they-
movies
like
that
they
are on
get it
Netflix.
first?
Yeah, there's shows that are on Netflix or movies that are on Netflix that you can also watch on Hulu.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's just also on there so they can watch it as well.
But like, if I can watch it on Hulu,
I
I'm
don't
not
think
gonna get
South
HBO.
Park and Rick and Morty are going to say we're making exclusive HBO Go shows.
Yeah, or maybe they'll get it first and then they get it 2
I'm not
weeks
sure.
later. I'd be like, I'll wait 2 weeks.
Oh, so South Park's not on Hulu anymore.
That's what. Yeah, that's what
I think it will be. I just think that it's going to be on HBO Go too, just to have content on there.
And that brings the whole debacle with PBS losing Sesame Street to fucking HBO then too. Believe it or
really?
not. Believe it or not.
That was
What does
PBS making
HBO
money.
need?
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
don't understand why HBO needs.
But Sesame Street
Street.
apparently went on HBO. Sorry, but
What kid watches
so
HBO?
I know.
No
Honestly,
children.
Well,
Zero
I think they
children.
have a HBO for kids, like a HBO kid thing.
Oh, that's
Like
kinda-
HBO's broken up into like
Oh,
different, like
that's
family.
kinda
and-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
yeah, no joke. Look it up.
So
Sesame
if your
Street to
dad's like,
HBO.
"Hey, I want to watch porn when you go to bed at 9:00, but I can also get Sesame Street and justify this purchase."
I want to watch very softcore porn where you might see a boob.
Yeah, I want to watch real sex when you go to bed at 10:30
Oh,
at
remember
night.
the taxi cab confession?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that Big Bird going down?
No,
No, man.
and I don't want to.
Well, too late. Image.
You are a fucking
No,
weirdo.
nothing against it, but Big Bird is a gay man. Just want to say that.
Yeah. How do you feel about yourself now?
I'm rolling with it.
Now you have two versions of a Big Bird in your head. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for news when it comes to the page and the stuff I kind of researched. Does anyone else have anything else they thought of or anything like that?
Yeah.
I do know that Keanu Reeves is definitely going to reprise his role as Constantine. I can't remember if we talked about
I did read that,
or not.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves?
So,
Yeah.
yes.
I don't know if he was all right.
It wasn't terrible.
But what's his name?
The guy on the show was fantastic.
Yeah, the guy. He's much better.
Yeah. Nikolai, did you say you had something?
Matt
I did.
something.
Sorry, you were a little low.
Oh, okay. I'll bring the mic closer. I found a new streaming service.
The HBO Go?
Called Quibi.
Oh, Quibi.
No.
Oh,
no,
Quibi.
I don't know if anybody's heard of it or not.
What is
but
Quibi?
I stumbled upon it on a YouTube trailer kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Quibi is a bunch of companies that came together, if I'm understanding correctly, and they make short TV shows that each episode is 10 minutes or less.
Oh.
I watched two of them, and one of the companies that made one of the shows, the show was called Flipped, to be exact, was Funny or Die.
I heard of that show. It's supposed to be funny. Yeah, it's supposed to be good.
It is. It's a great show. I think it's about, I want to say like 11 or 12 episodes, but they're all 10 minutes less a piece, so it's nothing like that you're like stuck in for a long period of time.
Yeah.
But they do like crazy shows, and the level of stars that they get are kind of mind-blowing to me. Because they have, for instance, in Flip, they have Will Forte, which I'm a fan of. But then you jump over to another show of theirs called Dummy, which I'll talk about a little later more, when we talk about like what we've watched. But Dummy has starring Anna Kendrick in it.
You're actually chopping up a little bit on us, Nikolai. We're getting like every other second sentence of what you're saying.
That's not good.
Yeah.
He said Anna
So what have
Kendrick.
you heard?
Yeah, we heard a little bit of Anna Kendrick.
So Anna Kendrick is also in a show called Dummy that it was the first show on there that I watched.
Okay.
I think I see the trailer for that. A new Anna Kendrick show.
Basically, the idea behind that show is she is actually, it kind of rolls off of Rick and Morty because they use the writer of that, who is played by the guy who's in Harvey and Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know his name.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
But she is his girlfriend in it, and she finds out that he has the sex doll, but she's also a writer.
Yeah.
And the sex doll comes to life, and they end up writing this screenplay together and become best friends and go on this lifelong journey.
Yeah.
And stuff.
That's pretty cool.
She finds a
Super
sex.
far
It's kind of like the sex doll is it alive, or is it kind of like Wilfred where she thinks it's alive? Like it's like a weird.
It is more that she thinks it's alive.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a crazy journey.
It's fun. It's something funny that you didn't think Anna Kendrick would agree to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's definitely an app that, like, these different storylines, they're popping up left and right. And it's like, how did they get these stars to agree to do these for maybe the whole series is an hour long.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, Sal.
Now, I know you said you're going to wait till we get to the point where we talk about what we were into, but because I know it's been a little bit, our new thing with that is now is if you did watch a show, we do the reviews on the page now. So you kind of post a photo of the movie or whatever show, and then you kind of like write a little article, and then I post that on the Twitter and Instagram as well.
Works for me.
Yeah. So if you did play a game or anything like that, I didn't get a chance to put that in the chat, but definitely you're more than welcome to write little reviews or make videos or anything like that on Facebook. Just let me know when you post something so I can transfer it over.
And I did want to add on to what you're saying about Quibi. Actually, it's not supposedly. It's been made official. Reno 911 is coming back and it's being put on that channel.
Oh wow!
Yes,
yeah,
man, it did come back. I believe the other day or last week. They're supposed to release new episodes every day throughout all their shows.
Wow.
And that is one of them that has just started being pushed. So.
Oh my god!
I seen something.
Is that one only 10 minutes long too?
So I haven't watched that one. I mean, I can pull it up. But I ended up doing the free trial with them, and I think for X amount of time, it was like 3 months of this free trial. But now I think it's like 14 days. But it's only for $6 a month.
Not bad.
It does turn into it.
Not at all, no. There's a Chrissy Teigen show on there, which is called Chrissy's Court. Heidi's going to be a huge fan of that.
I have no idea who that is.
Chrissy Teigen is like Heidi's fucking obsessed with Chrissy Teigen. It's John Legend's wife.
Who's John Legend?
He's a R&B singer.
Oh.
You ever see when they did the
don't care
the lip sync battle on MTV?
Yeah, I've seen.
She was the girl who would sit behind the DJ.
Oh, the
booth.
hot chick.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like she looks like she's like I think she's Vietnamese and like she's mixed, like Vietnamese and something else.
Yeah, she's hot.
That's her. Right
Very
there.
pretty woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zero.
Heidi's obsessed with. Like I bought her cookbooks for
Jesus.
Christmas. Guess how many recipes we've tried out of
Zero?
it? Zero.
Well, yeah, it was a thought that counted.
Yeah. But she got Chrissy Teigen Christmas
So-
cookbooks. So
Reno
she's-
911 sounds cool though.
I love
Reno 911 was great.
Oh my God, Jim
It
Dangle.
is up now, Reno 911. According to this, there are 12 episodes. And the first episode, because that's all I can see time-wise right now, because I haven't watched it, is 7 minutes.
Oh, cool.
So-
Hey.
Wow.
Expect probably about an hour.
Yeah, you can bang them all out.
Okay.
Trudy Weigel.
Jim Dangle.
Okay.
I love that show. By the way, that was one of my favorite
I-
shows.
Fucking
Same
Jim
here.
Dangle.
I
If
was
it
so
comes back and
excited to hear.
the only problem is if it comes back and it's fucking 3-minute episodes, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't mind.
Give me
I
a
guess
full
it's
half hour.
better than nothing.
Yeah.
No.
I know. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, I was excited to hear about that, this Quibi, and that it was on again, but then I was like, 10-minute episodes or less. I don't know. 10-minute episodes of Reno 911. I need more. I need more.
I need
Reno
more. I
911.
need more Terry.
Yeah.
Pew.
Yeah. I like my favorite part is the one where they're arresting this guy and I'm like, put your pants on, put your pants. It's like, you put your pants on. It's like, I'm wearing pants,
So
sir.
Quibi with ads is $4.99 a month. Quibi with ad free is $7.99 a month.
Oh,
So
ain't
not
bad.
terrible at all.
And the gimmick is they're
And
all
honestly, the
short.
ads aren't even something to brag.
I'm sorry. What's that?
I think he
I
said,
said, like, a lot of these subscription places, like, where they're like, oh, ads, you pay this X amount of money. I don't necessarily see the point in it for these guys anyway, because the ads are so short and they don't really, like, bog you down with, like, 3-minute,
yeah.
infomercials.
Punked is on there.
Well, that's
A
good.
show called Flipped, which is what's her name?
Yeah.
From
awesome.
Always Sunny. What the hell's her name?
Sweet D.
It's the one who plays D. Yeah. Oh shit.
Caitlin
I can't
Olsen.
think of her name.
Her and the
Yes.
guy who was the main guy from the show, Last Person on the Earth, is in it.
Oh,
Yes.
And it-
Will
I
Forte.
know who you're talking about. Yeah. Mark used to watch that show.
50 States of Fright is Sam Raimi and brings us a horror anthology with terrifying tales from every state. So I guess they tell a scary story from every.
Oh.
And one of the trailers
love
looks
Sam
like
Raimi.
it's Macaulay Culkin's brother is one of the. He plays in one of the stories.
Well, I would get it maybe for Reno 911 and for Sam Raimi because he did Xena and Hercules back in the day. He was involved with that.
And
I love
Spider-Man
those
1,
shows.
2, and 3.
Yeah,
And Doctor Strange
right.
2.
Yes.
I'm just trying to
Yes.
see what
He's
else.
going
is
to
on
do
here.
good with that.
That's gonna
He's
be a
very
trip.
good director. I missed Xena and Hercules, by the way.
Yeah,
I just saw a meme that said, I'm this old, and it had a picture of Hercules holding Xena, and I was like, I miss those shows.
I like those. They're
From what I
great.
read too, the Flip a Murder House.
What?
True crime meets home renovation as two designers take over homes known for infamous murders. I'm fucking sold. Sounds-
That's the Sam Raimi one.
no, that's another show on Tubi
Quibi.
or Quibi.
Quibi.
Oh my god, that's fucking. Oh, we're just cleaning brains off the floor here. Like Jesus.
Well, I'm sure the house's murder has long since happened.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Flipping murder houses.
I like that the gimmick is it's all real quick shows, so you can just watch them.
Yeah.
It's not like a. It's
Yeah,
not like.
Oh, I watched
stuff
that
like
show,
you're
too.
laying in bed or whatever, and you don't necessarily want to watch a lot.
Yeah.
You know you're going to pass out. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I'll watch this episode and, call it a night.
Yeah, it's not a
So they're
commitment.
literally cleaning brains off the floor? No, they're not.
No, I hope so though. I'm gonna check it out. Another thing I checked too is there's Fight Like a Girl is on there. It looks like a WWE show. I just closed it out though. HBO Go. From what I was looking, let me see this real quick. That's not what it's called though.
Here's the only thing though.
What is the new streaming thing called?
At a certain point,
is it called HBO Go?
HBO Max.
HBO Max.
At a certain point, enough's enough with streaming services. You don't have so many.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree
I'm
with
at my
that. They're
max
like
right
getting
now.
overkill
From what I heard, HBO Max is only like $8 a month, which is not terrible.
Yeah, but if you already got 5 other ones,
But here's the thing: if you have HBO Max and you're like, oh, I can have it for a couple months, watch Game of Thrones, and then unsubscribe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. I might be interested.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing: if you're normally paying almost $200 to $150 a month on television.
Oh, on cable? I think anyone that has cable is insane right now.
And if you can get 9 or like 6 fucking stream things that are $8
for half
a piece,
the price, yeah, why not?
and you have more content than you know
More
what to
than
do
that.
with.
I haven't had cable or satellite
Much
in
less
years
than
and
that.
years.
I have live TV through Hulu. The only reason I have it is because I can watch wrestling.
But how much is it?
It's like $30 or $40 a month.
But and like, if you get the smallest cable package, it's probably $80.
But our $40 Hulu package that we get the live TV also gets us Disney Plus and also gets ESPN Plus.
Well, that's plenty right there.
Yep.
I mean, my God.
And then I'm also hearing that I may try to get Sling TV because Sling TV has access.
I have that.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I only want it for
I
one
have
channel
it.
though. I only want it for access so I can watch Impact Wrestling.
But you think
Oh
that
yeah,
would
you
be on
did
Hulu.
Impact Wrestling. Yeah, I have it. I pay $53 a month. But that's only because I have the Hallmark channel. You do not need the Hallmark channel.
Oh, no,
but
I don't.
maybe,
No, you don't.
I don't need
I don't
to
know
watch
how you
Christmas
watched
movies
it.
all year.
I like them. So
Well,
you know,
well,
I
when it's
need
not
them.
Christmas,
I need them in my life.
You can watch the same storyline, but in the movie, it's not Christmas.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get,
It could
you
be
get it all year round. You get
Valentine's
spring
Day.
movies. You
Hallmark
get summer
movies.
You get
Hallmark
Valentine's
movies
Day
are
movies.
somehow always on Netflix,
Really?
and Heidi always
Are they?
finds them. Yeah, oh my god,
Girls
always.
eat them up for some. My mom watches that like crazy.
My-
I go, it's
I
the
need
same
Heidi's
movie.
secret. Can she send me her secret? Because I need them in my
Yeah.
life.
I'll come home like, what are you watching?
I like
She's like,
them.
it's a Christmas movie on Netflix.
A small town candle maker just met a business person, and now they're gonna fall in love due to the joy of Christmas.
You know what's crazy? Heidi's always talking about how she's like not sad and depressed, but she's always like she doesn't like going out, she doesn't like being around people. She's
Okay.
not afraid of the world, but she'll avoid it if she'd
a homebody.
She'd just rather be at home.
Yeah,
and
nothing
I
wrong
was
with
like,
that.
you know why, Heidi? She goes, why? I'm like, because you watch fucking NCIS like that. If there's nothing on TV, all she watches and all that is about fucking people
Murder,
getting
yeah.
murdered and raped every episode. Like I'm like. If you only consume that in your life, that has to psychologically do something
You would
to you.
think, yeah.
I can, you know what? I can only imagine what would have like just
think
meeting
those shows are
Heidi
so
for the first
boring.
time. You'd be like, "Hey, this is Ben." Be like, "He's a rapist," or like, "He's a
I'm
murderer."
gonna be honest. The first time she meets people, she does have her absolute 100% have her guard up.
Well, most people do, I think.
But she's worse. She's
Yeah, I
she's
think that's
secretly
normal.
judging.
Yeah.
I'm
think
not
that's
saying
okay.
Heidi's a judgy person. Like she will be a absolute sweetheart
Yeah.
to you. But if she has a bad feeling about someone,
Yeah.
it takes a lot to get that bad feeling away from her.
Well, hey, sometimes it's justified though. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's
No,
a negative
fair
quality.
enough.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. Every single person she's ever had a bad feeling of
Yeah.
so far,
Were they assholes?
not every one of them paid off.
Really?
Yeah, they almost always. Not. I'm saying it was like she was right.
Oh,
Like, Where
okay.
like, if she's like, hey, I'm not
Yeah,
really
I
a fan
think
of that.
so and so's.
Yeah, and I'm like,
not a
I'll
great
give him
guy.
because I'm always like, let's give him a shot and then
Yeah.
give him another shot. One more shot. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's just like, you were right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
But yeah,
I think
anyway,
that's a good quality.
So Heidi consumes NCIS, horror movies, and then every now and then she'll find like a sappy love movie and she'll bawl her eyes out.
Well, I guess she needs to
You
change
got-
it up
you-
a little
you need
bit.
the release, man.
She watched fucking 50 First Dates for like the third time
Ugh.
in like a month.
Oh god. Okay. If it was The Wedding Singer, okay.
We actually watched The Wedding Singer the other day too. I love that.
Okay,
movie.
but I'm just saying though, The Wedding Singer, okay, like that.
I like when
holds a
he's like,
special-
I wrote this song, but I wrote it in 2 parts, and I was listening to a lot of The Cure, and he's like, I really love you. Yes, you know it's true. And then he's like, so somebody kill me.
Yeah.
I just love that part.
I haven't seen that in years and years,
And
but
then-
I liked it.
And then what's his name? John Levy's like, he's losing his mind.
Nah.
business is going to be booming.
The only datey type romance movie I like is My Super Ex-Girlfriend. I like that movie with Uma Thurman.
Oh, I never seen
Oh,
that.
that's a good one.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, she's basically Superman.
I didn't mind
And Anna Faris is in it too.
I didn't mind the Dane Cook little romance comedy ones, like Employee of the Month.
Oh, I like that. That one was about when he's dating Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Good Luck Chuck, where he's with Jessica Alba.
I don't think I've seen that one.
That one was good too.
They're pretty good.
That one's
That was
okay.
good. I
Whatever
would have
happened to
it.
Jessica
Yeah,
Alba?
you want to see it.
I think she got pregnant
Has she
and
sort
then
of
she
disappeared?
has her own own clothing line and all that.
I mean,
She's
she
just
hasn't been in
making
a movie
money
in
off of that.
years.
She's so hot.
Yeah, she was super hot back in the day.
Yeah, she was good.
She was a terrible Sue Storm, but that's
I was just
okay.
gonna say she was Sue Storm. And
Yeah.
And the second one, they put
Yeah.
fake contacts and they made her hair real fake looking.
She looked good. She looked good in Sin City, though. when
She
played
did
the
look real
stripper.
good in Sin City. My God, yeah.
Played the stripper.
All the girls look good in Sin City.
All right, this is. We were really good on time, and then we got really sidetracked.
Oh, wow.
Anything you want to plug, Ben?
Banging beers. We're done.
Nailed it.
Oh, you're done? Oh, that's a shame you're giving it up.
Yeah.
Not giving a
th- th-
fuck.
It was a good run.
Ben didn't know get what he said.
No.
No, I didn't get it.
Anyway, Nikolai, what do you got?
I don't actually have anything to plug. I mean, quarantine's kind of been keeping stuff kind of quiet at the moment.
All right, Bree.
I don't have anything. I would just recommend giving that Harvest Moon game a try for those who didn't play it. If you're an Animal Crossing fan, I'd say why don't you try Harvest Moon and see if you like it in preparation for the new Harvest Moon coming out.
Well, I already just subscribed to Quibi because I'm going to literally be watching Reno 911 all night long.
Or for an hour.
An hour?
Wait, no, is it
1 hour.
It's only that one season, like the new season?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't just sign up, did you?
I want to watch all the older episodes too.
No.
They're all
I think this
the
is the new episode.
Yeah, this is only new stuff. There's no old stuff.
Bye. After I watch that, I'm done.
Yeah.
I got that free
Yeah.
trial, and then I'm out of here.
You were
I
sold.
think I'm gonna do
You were
that
sold
too,
a
free
bill of
trial and then
goods.
get rid of it.
Yeah,
I like it,
Does a
but
bunch of things,
I don't
Tony,
think
I love
on
Reno
TikTok
911.
with Tiger stuff.
What's that?
As this Reno guy. I don't know. I've never seen Reno 911.
Oh, it's a fantastic
but the
show.
guy who plays Thomas is his actual name. On his TikTok account.
Lieutenant
Yeah,
Dangle.
he was on the State back in the day. It basically
I
it's
love
spoof.
him.
It's a sketch comedy show that spoofs cops.
Yeah, wasn't
Yeah.
a lot of the cast of
Right.
it was on? Was it Kids in the Hall?
There,
No,
it was
what was
the
more
the
like
State. The State. It was
The
on
State.
MTV. It was.
But
a
no, they were
sketch
part of a
comedy show.
sketch comedy. They were part of a sketch comedy team before that. I
Oh,
believe.
maybe I don't know.
I have to look that
Look
up.
how good. What's her name looks there? Wendy, or whatever. See the
Yeah, the
blonde.
blondie.
Oh,
She looks
yeah.
so good in that glamour shot.
She's also
She
in.
might have lost weight,
Goldberg.
though.
Is that the?
I think she did lose weight. Yeah, the fat blonde.
She's in the Goldbergs.
Yeah,
Did she
she was
lose weight?
She was
And she's
great as the
also
mom.
in,
She's great in the Goldbergs.
Screen Creams. Sorry,
I never watched
sorry,
Scream Queens.
Yeah, I didn't
so
watch it
good.
either.
You should check it out. There's another thing I'm plugging. It's not on anymore. It only got 3 seasons. Excellent show. It's really, really funny.
Thomas.
I highly recommend it.
Thomas Lennon, who's Dangle, he's very funny. He's in a
he's
lot of
fucking-
stuff. But the State was very good on MTV back. We're talking like mid '90s.
Fun fact about
Yeah, it is the
Thomas
State. I
Lennon
could've sworn
and
they were part of
Robert Ben Garant. They made the Night Museum movie series.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
they
did.
did make
Yeah.
those movies. It's
Wow.
pretty cool.
It's a different type of. You know what my favorite sketch comedy? The Upright Citizens Brigade.
That I was thinking of that
Oh,
one.
the
but
UCB.
They're not
yeah,
from
they're not
that,
part of
yeah.
that. That's from
Saturday,
Chicago.
I used to watch Saturday Night Live,
I
Kids
love-
in the Hall. Then I saw
is
Upright
it
Citizens
Whitest Kids You Know?
Whitest
Fantastic.
Kids You Know,
Yeah.
Mr. Show with
What
Bob
was the
Odenkirk
What was the one
and
that
David Cross.
Seth Rogen and stuff were all part of? They were part of a sketch
They were
comedy team.
I don't
No, you're
know.
probably thinking Freaks and Geeks.
That's what it was. Freaks and
Yeah, that was a
show.
that was a live action show with like young James Franco
But-
and like
but they were
there's like
part of
maybe
a-
like 10
But
episodes.
they probably were, yeah.
They all
good-
knew
really
each other
good.
through a sketch comedy.
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, it was all like that Judd Apatow like
Yeah.
fraternity pretty much.
Another quick thing. I know we're not talking about what we watched, but it kind of fits into what we're talking about as we're closing up here. On Hulu is a really good documentary, like a couple episodes on Chris Farley. You should definitely,
Really?
yeah, it's really really good.
And we almost forgot Jerry Stiller died at the age of 92.
Did he?
Poor Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio
He
passed
did,
away, but
yeah,
then he
very
experienced
sad.
a miracle and came back.
He only landed 6 feet down.
But now he's blind.
Yeah, in one eye.
I
We'll cover
I'm
that
sorry,
on
I want to
Thursday.
check myself. It's not the
Not take away
blondie
from-
that's in Scream Queens. It's Niecy Nash.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's also in
Not
that.
to take away from the Jerry.
She's
Stiller
also
guy.
in that show on TNT. I think it's called like they do like a nail salon show or whatever. It's like a mob like nail salon show. I think they call it like Claws or something like that.
Yes, I wanted to watch that. Is it good?
All right, well, that'll wrap it up for Not Cool in High School. Definitely maybe remember to go check out the episode that's going to be coming out on Thursday, the interview with Jason So, the Necroman comic guy, comic team, and his interview. That's coming out Thursday the 14th. I think we probably said earlier, I probably said it comes out tomorrow, but it's not tomorrow because this episode is pretty much going to come out tomorrow, which is the 13th. So the day after is go check out the interview with, and that's one of our first. It'll technically be our second interview we did for the show because the first one was Hey Poor Player.
Yeah.
So go check that out and go check out the rest of the content and go get some cool merchandise. All right.
Yeah.
We need more Not Cool in High School, and we're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 likes on Facebook. So make sure you go over and invite your friends and tell them about us, and let's continue to grow this little network we got here. Join our cult. We're I've been watching a lot of Waco stuff too, so I'm really into cult stuff. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Join
So
our
you're gonna
Not
be
Cool in
buying a
High
Brody
School.
Lee shirt.
Yeah. So join our Not Cool in High School cult. That'll be our next shirt. All right. See you guys next time. We're out.